Week 13 here in the UFL continues on this evening as the Dakota Rhinos play host to the New York Lightning, the top team in the East and the top team in the West. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and with me in the booth is Gerald Smith, along with UFL co-founder and producer Cameron Irvine. You are watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Gerald, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great. We get the privilege of calling a game that was flexed into the time slot. Two of the best teams in this league. Dakota, winners of 8 straight. New York, winners of 3 straight. But they very likely need this win much more than the Rhinos do right now because they have St. Louis hot on their heels.
They sure do. Yeah, the Great East, very competitive up at the top. You know, you talk about St. Louis at 9-3. How about Dallas? Dallas is at 8-4. Even Chicago at 6-6, and Wichita at 6-6. They're not out of the hunt yet for the top spot either. You know, trying to continue on and get those wins. In the West, a little bit different. Dakota at 11-1. The next closest, Austin at 7-5. So Dakota really sitting up top, feeling very comfy as they are at an 11-1 record and, like you said, winning 8 straight. Very, very impressive. Quarterback Billy Flagg on the field for the Dakota Rhinos. Get things started. Ball is handed off to Liam Seitz, and Seitz rushes forward for a gain of 6 to get things going tonight.
Yeah, and last week, you know, Dakota had a game. It was a tighter game than what they wanted against the Claws, but the Claws have been showing some signs of life. But, you know, Flagg 2 picks last week.
Flagg throws up top to Seitz, who isn't able to really gain a whole heck of a lot more. Billy Flagg, 20 of 27 last week, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, like you mentioned. Seitz on the ground, 13 rushing attempts, 115 yards on the day. The offense is Billy Flagg at quarterback, Liam Seitz at halfback, Doug Day, Jake Riley, and Mike Coco are the wide receivers. You got Tony Horn Jr. at tight end, and we've called a couple of Dakota games, and we always see Horn getting involved big time. Flagg under pressure, hit, and down he goes, sacked on the play, and that's going to bring their opening drive to a halt. Barry with the sack.
Yeah, it kind of got back. All Flagg had time to do was just sit back and do, but he got a very, very good push right up the middle, even through a double team right there, fought right through him. And, you know, DBs covering wide receivers pretty darn good and being able to come in there, kept working, and got sacked.
So 4th and 10. Zach Wesley on to punt for the Rhinos, and New York will get a shot at things on offense. You talked about their record, Gerald. They are 10-2. St. Louis 9-3. Dallas 8-4. Hot on their heels indeed as the season approaches closer to playoff time, and New York wanting to, cap things off with a win in the East Division. Get things started for New York. We'll see quarterback Joe Francis, the halfback Jupiter Jennings, fullback Robert Henson Jr. Wide receivers are Declan James, Mark Anthony, and Jazz Aldmere. Tight end Eden Hart. 5-yard pickup on first down. Sets him up with a 2nd and 5. Henson in the chat says, be nice to Dags, Michaela. Yes, agreed, because she's just a mean, hurtful person.
I don't know. She's one of the sweetest persons in the actual league. I don't know what you mean.
Fine. The whole Pfister clan on the defensive line. Linebackers Pseudo Padre and Nuke Raiden. The corners Rick Kuhn, Itachi Uchiha. I don't know if I'm saying that one right.
That is exactly how you say
Trey
it.
Deuce is the free safety. Uchiha, right?
Uchiha.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd down and stuffed. Henson Jr. gains nothing. Maybe he'll spot him with 1 yard, but 4th down, and both teams starting off with a pair of punts.
Yeah, and it's 3 and outs too, right? Them coming through and being able to, both defenses just holding strong, limiting the yardage, and so we're gonna see. Look, and this is a couple of feel them out type drives, right, happening right there. So we're gonna see if what kind of adjustments that Dakota's gonna make once we get the ball back here on offense.
Brandon Piner Punts it away. Ball drops down at the 5 and touched at the 1-yard line. Great special teams play by the Lightning.
In New York, right there. Look, not moving the ball much, but being able to just get it right there at the 1-yard line. It puts Dakota in a tough spot right here, right? And we have, you know, the top 2 total defenses in the league. New York, number 1. Dakota, number 2. The top run defense in the league. New York, 1 again, and Dakota, number 2.
So starting off at the 1-yard line, Billy Flagg standing in his end zone, hands this one off, and running right out is the big guy, Liam Seitz. Always, like, he's got like 4 pairs of shoulder pads on or something. Like, they don't make them that high. It's not natural.
You know what they did? They jumped into the DeLorean, went back in time, and got those shoulder pads for her, because that's some
it's entirely
1960s or 70s shoulder pads working there.
Hey, whatever gets it done for him. His stats don't lie. 2nd down and 6. Flagg in the shotgun. Still hands it off to Seitz. Hit. Oh, and he's able to fall past the line to gain 15 yards now on the day for Seitz. Oh, wow. No, they're going to spot him just short. 3rd and 1.
Wow. I actually thought he was propelled forward, right? You know, past the line of the game, but just short by less than a yard.
Flagg under center, hands the ball off. Seitz easily picks up the 1st down. So they'll keep this drive going. But Gerald, even after all that, still backed up to their own 14-yard line. So it's a long road ahead here for the Rhinos.
Yeah. But what you know, what Dakota is doing right now that we're actually seeing, right? They're actually pushing those defenders right off the line of scrimmage, right? They're actually moving them, you know, 2 to 3 yards down the field, creating large gaps, you know, for the run game. So, I mean, in the run game as of right now, them being backed up, you know, getting these, you know, 13 yards on the first couple plays, it's pretty encouraging for this Dakota offensive line. What?
So a flag on the play. Looks like, delay a game. Just a situational awareness. Yeah.
That's just odd. At home, you can't blame the opposing crowd because you're in your own stadium and you can hit a snap and you're the quarterback.
Yeah,
man.
Flagg looks like he's blaming himself a little bit there.
Yeah, man,
it's up to him. You got to get your team to the line, and listen, you can't put a guy in motion with 5 seconds on the clock. That's on you.
Absolutely not.
Play action. Flagg decides to take off and run with it. Has a lot of green grass, met by a pair of defenders and tackled at the 18-yard line. After a 9-yard pickup, sets him up with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Flagg's like, you know what? I was the reason why we're going to back up. I'm going to get those yards back in a little bit more to put us in a good 2nd down situation.
2nd down and 6 from the 18. 4 seconds on the play clock. Seitz surrounded by 3 defenders and immediately tackled. They'll spot him with a 1-yard gain, but that is it. 3rd down and 7. Actually, I think that was a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and it almost like they just said free rushers or whatever right there, because they came in so fast, he had nowhere to go.
Big 3rd down here. Can Flagg do it? Yes, finds the target open over the middle, complete up to the 30-yard line. Good for a 1st down. Moving the chains, Doug Day with the catch.
Doug Day coming out real good. You know, and he hit that slant, threw him right where he needed to be. And what a way to pick it up, too, right? After you had that, you know, penalty, set you back. Flagg comes in, gains 9 yards. Then they get a TFL and come through on 3rd and long and being able to hit Doug Day on a little bit of a slant. Very good.
Going down to the ground. This one's not Seitz. In fact, it's the backup halfback, J.R. Lyons. But how about Lyons with a 16-yard pickup?
Yeah,
great blocking by this O-line.
Definitely. And look, and right off the edge, right? They've been able to hold their blocks and get them out. They look right there. Bam! Right off the edge. You know, linebacker was coming right off the edge, and they got bumped right out there and created a little bit of a running lane right there for the running back. And being able to pick up a chunk of yardage.
Up to the 47-yard line. Keep in mind, they started back at their own 1. Screen pass caught, but immediately well defended by this New York defense.
Man, McLean was like right there. And Doug Day had to get in protect himself mode because he was going to get lit up.
Second down and 10 now at the 47. Flag in the gun, hands it off to Seitz. Seitz able to juke a man. That's a big juke. He juked 2 guys. Great first down pickup up to the 35, a gain of about 17 yards.
Seitz making moves, but looking like a box truck, but doing moves like a gosh darn Ferrari or something. Just does all this stuff, jukes right, jukes left, and keeps on going. Jesus Christ! Watch this, Mike. He says, "Oh, let's just go this way."
The lateral movement.
Oh,
Vasquez wants to tackle me. Nope, not today.
And then he hits it again.
Oh, you want me to tackle too?
Wow.
No, I'm going around.
Amazing. I didn't think Seitz could move like that.
Michaela in the chat says she's abandoning her team in lieu of food. Priorities. Flag. Play action. Finds the target open on a check down. It's Day, who's running in concrete shoes right now, but he gets enough for the first down up to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, he's able to get enough to reset the downs. Man, he had a lot more room if he could have recognized and got his feet under him a lot sooner. You can probably tackle another 5 to 10 to that total.
Up to the New York 24-yard line now. Flag, back to pass. Pocket collapsing, throws it right to a New York defender, nearly picked off. Jake Benjamin, the middle linebacker, had a huge opportunity, Gerald, and he just dropped it.
Severely overthrown, trying to hit Seitz out of the backfield. Wow, he got lucky right there.
Seitz with another first down pickup. How do you not even lay a finger on a guy that big? You're just letting him run by like, I ain't tackling him.
The blocking on this run right here, I don't know if we get another look at it. Look at the blocking here, Mike. Look, this guy his guard pushes this guy 7 yards down the field.
Yeah, 63 down there.
You know, and being able to do good things, and if you can do that, it's both pretty well looking in New York, right? One of the the top run defense in the league, giving up chunk yardage on this drive.
Still no score in this one, but the Rhinos getting close. Flag decides to take off, and he just gets sacked for his troubles, going absolutely nowhere on that one. Connor Orlando gets the sack.
Orlando was not fooled right there at all. He just ended up just chasing him down and being able to bring him down. I think Flag waited a little bit too long before he decided. Had a little bit of a shuffle there, trying to tuck the ball away. Cost him a few yards.
Second and 17 now from the 19. Flag, play action. Pocket collapsing again, throws towards the end zone, caught at the 1. Can he get in? No, but he gets a first down and goal at the 1 yard line. A big catch by Mike Coco.
Yeah, Mike Coco right there. And he just sat right there. Looking, Flag, that was probably about Flag's about third read, but he got some separation for probably 8 yards there. DB was still in the end zone right there, being able to come in there and wait. Good for him being able to protect the ball. Got his team down to the 1 yard line, so I think we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be Seitz right here.
Yeah, Seitz all day. He's currently averaging probably like 10 yards per carry. It's just doing absolutely fantastic. Nice view from the pylon camera. Looks like Seitz in the backfield. How can you tell? Because the 4-foot tall shoulder pads. Now we're going to throwing up top. That one's caught. Touchdown for the Rhinos, and they take a lead here late in the first quarter. Tight end Tyler Akins with the catch.
Yeah, and Akins just came right across, just made a little bit of an out route right there, and I thought it was going to be Seitz all day, but look, it doesn't matter. They got in the end zone anyway, and this is what they needed. Mike, that drive started on the 1 yard line. They drove 99 yards and looked very, very impressive doing it.
They did. It was very methodical. They got it done through the run and the pass. Obviously a passing touchdown from the 1. Not what we expected at all. They could have, I think, gotten a lot easier just running it in, but maybe that's how they catch a team like New York off guard. And the crazy thing about it, you wouldn't think a drive would be 104 yards, Mike. But there was, because they had that penalty. Yeah. They had to get those yards back. What an impressive drive. Yeah, you're right. It's not every day you see a 100-plus yard drive. 7.5 minutes practically, 7:24 exact. So, very, very methodical, efficient drive. And for New York, honestly a concern because your defense couldn't stop a team for 99 straight yards.
I know. Look, and we're gonna see. Look, they found out what worked. Look, and they thought going into that drive, hey, they're down to 1. It's all about us right now, right? We can get in there, we can get them done, we can shut them down, get the ball back, good field position. But they just kept turning the chains over.
Bingo numbers on your screen. You got 1 and 7 horizontals wins for you tonight, and Robert Henson Jr. blaming you specifically for his woes. Says you're a curse to him in every league. He might be onto something.
Well,
you kind of are.
Yeah, leave it to me. I bring that bad mojo to it. That's why my teams were bad, Robert. Let's just go.
You just bring bad mojo everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere you go. Jupiter Jennings with the 1-yard pickup here as New York's going to try to get something going now. First quarter almost done. The Rhinos just chewed the whole thing up. And handoff to Robert Henson Jr., who's clearly still thinking about you right there instead of running the ball.
I'll say Robert looked like he was just like shuttle stepping.
Yeah,
I'm call it.
he's right here. Watch. Oh, darn that, Gerald. Oh,
oh, there's a guy here. Oh, I'm on the field. I didn't realize.
Oh, I have the ball. That's not good.
And he ran right into a fister.
Focus, Robert. Train horn blaring. Francis back to pass, throws middle, finds the target wide open before being brought down. 13-yard pickup on that pitch and catch to Mark Anthony. First quarter in the books. Rhinos out in front, 7-0. But New York, they're on a drive now. Got a first down and getting ready to get things going here in the second quarter. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith, UFL co-founder and producer Cameron Irvine. Back at UFL HQ, pushing buttons and such. Jazz Aldmere kind of doing, the two-step or something.
I don't know what Aldmere was doing. I'm like, all right, this is a dance class was before the game.
All right, like, one, two, left, right.
Oh.
Do a little side shuffle. Oh, that's right, playing football, New York.
Yeah, it was a little bit, it just was
weird.
Just unfortunate, right? Because they had a little bit of space. I mean, it surely wouldn't have been a loss, but.
Nuke Graydon, the middle linebacker, one of the middle linebackers, there's a pair of them on this defense, with the tackle. Second down and 13 after a 3-yard loss, and Henson brought down in the backfield once again, loses 3 this time. 3rd and 16.
Will Edwards just power right through and just come right off the edge, and that and that running back had no chance of blocking him. It was a poor attempt by the running back too, and Robert had no shot of getting anywhere. This is the second time he gets tackled. And Robert, I don't think it's me. I think it's the Rhinos.
Joe Francis in the gun now on 3rd and 16. Standing back at his own 22-yard line, has time, pocket holding up well. Francis decides to check it down to Henson. Nobody was open downfield, picks up 8 yards, but well short of the line to gain. And this drive's going to come to a close. And watch, they might give it right back to Dakota here, who can take another 7.5 off the clock.
Yeah, look, and that was not the drive that you want, especially after the opposing offense went down and went 104 yards on you. To put up a touchdown, right? You want a little bit of a drive to put yourself down there and give your defense a little bit more rest after them being out there for so long.
New York winners last week at Minnesota. They played the Chippers, took them down 38-20. Before that, Wichita 31-14. And prior to that week, Gerald, Salt Lake Hornets, they defeated them 31-0. That snapped a 2-game losing streak that they had. Otherwise, they've won every other game this season. For Dakota, who's now back on the field, beat your beloved Claws last week 23-18. Prior to that, LA Aztecs 31-27, and then the Chippers 19-10. So that was their previous 3 weeks, but they've had 8 wins in a row, and now out in front of this one, they've been looking pretty good. Not only this season, but even here tonight.
Yeah, and all both of these teams have done is just win a boatload of games.
Second down and 6 now from the 21. You've got Flag in the gun. Hands it off to Seitz. Man, he's got some speed. He looks like a power back, but he moves with such finesse.
Dude, there was a small game. He beat the pulling offensive lineman through the hole. He's like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah, I can't wait for you. I gotta go.
Shot right through it. And he was like, man, you're shooting him out of a freaking cannon right there.
That's a big cannon. Going back down to the ground again. This time actually stuffed, but yeah, look at 10 rushes, 64 yards, 6.4 yards per carry. Thank goodness for being divisible by 10.
Yep, it makes it so much easier. Wait till they throw some other ones in there. It gets a little...
Yeah, as soon as he has that 11th carry, I can't do that math anymore without a calculator, and I'm not gonna. Flag, throws it, gets it up to the 36-yard line. 3rd down and short coming up.
Yeah, and it's the first time we've seen, Tony Horn Jr. come alive right here, too. And these are the moments, you want to get him from the tight end position, get him out there and, get that big body.
Split backs, they're going to run it, stay in the block. No, they're going to throw. And I thought he overthrew his target, but he was targeting somebody deeper downfield. Completes it to Tony Horn Jr. Gets the first down into New York territory.
And right on cue, right? We just talked about him. Hey, these are times we want to get him involved. And right here, I didn't think it was going to be that far deep down. I thought he overthrew Sights as well. But Horn was a little bit down, further down the field and being able to pick it up with no problem at all. But, man, they're looking really, really impressive on back-to-back drives right now, Dakota's offenses.
They are. I mean, the run game is working well. You talked about 6.4 yards per carry currently for Liam Sights. And when they do need some extra yards, Flag looking very efficient in the pocket, not looking nervous, connecting with Doug Day there for a good pickup of about 13 yards, picks up another first down. Now, look, they're already at the New York 34-yard line. And Sights averaging 4.9 yards per carry this season. That's 5th amongst starting backs. New York's got to get things going here if they're going to keep up with what Dakota's got going. Here's another nice run right off the bat by Sights. He's gone. Touchdown, Dakota. And they have a 2-score lead.
Wow. What a run right there by Sights, though, right? Being able to, take the ball right here. You're going to watch him. Got the gap right there and then just shrugged off. Bacon right there just shrugged him off. The only guy that had a shot at bringing him down because it was so well blocked there, and you just can't try and tackle that guy up high. You just can't.
No.
And that's what he did. Tried to grab him up high, just didn't work.
It's like trying to grab a refrigerator. If a refrigerator was moving about 20 miles an hour,
there's no way.
It's like, I don't think you can tackle that up high. You gotta take out his wheels or something. But my goodness, 14-0. Dakota out in front over New York.
Quick, Mike, they were so fast on that drive compared to the last one.
Yeah. Didn't take 7.5 off the clock because they didn't need to. They just rolled right down the field. Couple more bingo numbers for you, 34 and 14. So now it's back to New York, and what I was about to get at is, we talked about Sights 4.9 yards per carry this season. He's doing a lot better than that tonight, but on the other side, you got Jupiter Jennings and Robert Henson Jr. that are both averaging 5.1 yards per carry. That's 2nd amongst starting backs. So far tonight, they're averaging nothing in any capacity.
No, not at all. I mean, Robert himself has probably got negative yards, and it's not my fault. I think it's his own and his teammates, but, it's...
Got to make sure to defend your honor. Right?
Yes, I have to.
It's not my fault. I'm just here.
I mean, but look, they got to do something. Like, look, as I say it, I'm not even. It's right there, right in front of everyone's face now.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they have to do something to actually open that up, right?
The
Whether
total
it's going to
yards.
be in a, like the passing game or something like that, 4 yards.
Yep. So they're going to start Jupiter Jennings, and he's immediately brought down. No gain on the play at all. And that total yards comparison. 21 total yards for New York, 188 for Dakota. And I mean, yards are one thing. How about 14-0? Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's insane right now. I mean, even Jennings, right? 3 carries, 4 yards. Not doing a whole lot. They're going to have to work in the, in the pass a little bit. What I mean? They're stuffing the run right now.
Joe Francis in the gun now. Let's see if he gets involved with the pass game. Little play action. Francis going deep downfield. Has a man, but it is caught up at the 45-yard line. Hauled it in and stepped out of bounds. Mark Anthony, what a catch. They needed that.
Yeah, and maybe this is what they need to jumpstart the offense. He just mossed him. Watch this, Mike. He was on the defender's back and says, my ball.
Yep, mine. 2 feet in, steps out, clean catch. Beautiful play by New York.
70 Indy.
Oh, they needed that so bad.
Now they got to, now they got to keep it going though. Going back down to Jennings on the ground. Jennings steamrolls the man. Oh, momentum! First down for New York. Team is fired up now, Gerald.
Talk about motivation. Suki Paudry got run over by Jennings right here. Watch this. Bam! Suki, take that. And he just started climbing on through. He's like, I don't have to be built like a box truck to bulldoze through people. Dude, that's so bad. Look at Paudry. He didn't know what hit him.
Nope.
Wow. That was insane.
He's like, I think I just got ran over by a toddler. Ran over nonetheless. Francis in the gun once again. First down and 10. Looking to throw. 5 of 5 now on the day, Gerald. Declan James with the catch. So, listen, they need to get him more involved if they're going to continue to find success. He's doing great here on this drive. But number 1 in completion percentage this season, Gerald, at 72% completion percentage. Perfect on the day here midway through the second quarter. Francis again to throw. Finds another target inside the 4-yard line. First down and goal for New York. They're cooking.
Aldemir ran a very good route, got open, and then I thought he was going to keep on going there, right? Just got there right there and just hit it straight up. What a way to answer, right? And look, and those are the plays. If they somehow come back and win this game, we're going to talk about Anthony mossing the defender to jumpstart this offense into doing some good things.
Time for the running game to bring it home. Robert Henson Jr. in the backfield. Gets the handoff, trying to break some tackles. Can't get past the line of scrimmage, though. Second down and goal from the 4.
Yeah. It's so weird. 5 rushes, especially with knowing what these guys have done, right? Just over 5 yards of carry on average. 5 rushes, negative 2 yards for Robert.
Henson in the backfield again. Still nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. In fact, he lost a yard. Still at the 4 somehow, but he lost a yard.
Yeah.
Having a rough day. All he needs is one big run, though, and his stats will be all fixed.
Yeah, they're right back in it.
Yep.
But, man, like the way they're fighting off blocks right there, it's just...
Yeah, the defense is doing amazing for Dakota. Big moment for both of these teams. New York needs a score. Dakota wants to get yet another stop. Francis to throw, end zone, touchdown. New York's on the board.
Right, I saw him leak right out, Mike, and I'm pointing down.
You're like, there he is. I'm like, yeah, I got it. I see it.
He's right there, just wide open, just sat right there. And good thing Francis saw. Francis saw exactly what we saw right there, just right in the middle, wide open. But they needed that. They needed that in a bad way.
Barry Maxwell with the touchdown reception, and they sure did. What a nice, impressive drive to bounce back from just a really slow, like muddy-looking start. You know, I just haven't really been able to get things going. And Maxwell with his first touchdown catch on the season is what gets New York on the board. And even though everything had been going Dakota's way, we got a 1-score ball game. 8 plays, 75-yard drive, and a couple of additional bingo numbers for you, 14 and 4. Actually, one new bingo number, just 4. Yep. 14 was already there.
Yep.
So that's all you get. Why? Because 7's already off the board. Heed the stampede, Dakota Rhinos. Heed the stampede? What's that mean?
Pay attention?
Yeah, you don't want to get run over by rhinos like Liam Seitz.
Not even. I feel like they're their only living dinosaur left.
Yeah? What about, have you ever seen, the shoebill? The shoebill stork? You ever seen one of those?
Never seen that.
No? I'm telling you, if that's not a direct descendant of the pterodactyl, I don't know what it is. They are terrifying. They are huge. They clap their beaks together, and it makes this loud banging sound. Sounds like somebody banging a hammer on a...
I think I may have seen that.
Yeah. They're terrifying. If that's not a dinosaur, I don't know what. How about snapping turtles? Snapping turtles look like little miniature dinosaurs.
Yeah, they do, but I guess they do get big, but not overly big.
Well, not all dinosaurs were big.
No, they gotta look mean and menacing. The dinosaur.
They do. You haven't seen the right snapping turtles. I'm telling you. I saw one in the road the other day, and Jeffrey asked, "Should we get out and move it?" I'm like, "No, man." Like he's on his own. He's got this. Sights with a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Dakota, wanting to try to score again before the halftime buzzer. Going back down to the ground with Sights. Oh, just picking right up where he left off. 3rd down and 1 coming up. Be on the other side of the 2-minute warning. It'll actually be 3rd and 2.
Right, Sights is almost, he's somewhere around 9 yards of carry right now.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Rhinos out in front, nursing their lead now, 14-7, but they do have the ball. Opportunity to score, put some extra points up before halftime. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. And on 3rd and 2, Billy Flag in the gun. Flag to throw, pressure on his way. Oh, ripped down to the turf. And a timeout called by New York to try to conserve some time. Now they are looking to score and get this thing knotted up before the half.
Yes, because you want to know why? Like, they came off, they were selling out on the blitz, and they had a free rusher off the left side of that defense, and being able to get in there with the quickness and make that sack.
Looked like Rowan Cassidy with the sack. 3rd sack for New York. 0 for the league-leading Dakota Rhinos. I'm sure they're going to try their best to bring Joe Francis down on this upcoming 2-minute drill. Minute 49, 2 timeouts. They want to get a touchdown bad.
Oh, yeah, look, and I do believe, Francis is still perfect on the day as well.
Skippy asking if we know how big pelicans are. Says they're huge, could swallow a human whole. I argue it depends on the human. Francis throws. It's picked off. Anyone in front of him? Nope. Nothing but green grass all the way to the house. Touchdown, New York. Trey Deuce with the pick 6.
Trey Deuce, you can say it how many ever ways you want. 3-2, Trey Deuce. He comes through in a big time with 6 right here. Being able to pick it right off and take it right in, Mike, and any momentum that New York thought they had is now just squashed.
Absolutely.
What a very, very good play by the defender right there.
Absolutely wild, Gerald. They had such a great opportunity out in front of them to get the game tied up after everything was going Dakota's way to start. They had a great drive. Then New York is able to put Dakota back out on the field with a great defensive stop by the Lightning. They get the ball back, immediately throw a pick 6 to get a 2-minute drill started. 40-21 now off the board for you bingo fanatics. And, wow. So now New York's going to get another shot at a 2-minute drill, but this time, instead of striving to try to get the game tied up, they're going to be doing a 2-minute drill just to make it a 1-score game again.
Yeah, look, and I won't say that was a mistake by the quarterback, because I think the DB just read it perfectly and cut it right off. But man, like what a punch to the gut right there.
Ali Dioma is in the chat saying that I was rude for not saying hello back. I'm working though. Like I look at it when I can, but like I'm working. I'm doing stuff.
He's a working man doing his thing.
Yeah, leave me alone. Gosh, you know what? It's the British, and I can say that because it's almost the 4th of July, and it's all about just anti-British stuff.
Right.
I think, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're
Independence, baby. 250. Nice throw and catch by the Lightning. We're starting an international incident here. But hey, if you're going to start an international incident, it may as well be with Great Britain.
Birthday 250.
That's what's up. America. 1st and 10 for the Lightning up at the 39. Checking it down to Henson, and Henson continuing to go the wrong way.
Bad day.
Yeah, he just
stop worrying about me, Robert. Just wow. He just hasn't had a whole lot of luck at anything.
Second down at 12. Francis has time, but he's running out, and it's too late now. Brought down for a sack. Suki Padre with the sack, the first, I believe, for the league leading Dakota Rhinos.
And it's 3rd and 22, Mike. I don't think there's a 3rd and 22 play in anyone's playbook.
Take the knee and then punt. Handing that one off to Henson. He's gaining some positive yards this time, but not able to get a first down. Yeah, timeout called by Dakota. Now they're going to try to put foot to throat here and see if they can score some more. They've got only one timeout remaining, but 51 seconds. Also, hi, Ellie. I'm so glad you could make it. There, was that nice?
Yeah, it's professional.
America. Ball drops down at the 20-yard line. Why is Cam on her side? Hashtag sounded sarcastic.
I don't know. We got all the Europeans and everybody else here going crazy over ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insanely weird.
A little bit. But that's, listen, I guess that's what watching soccer does to you.
Makes you fall in love with ranch?
With ranch, yeah. They probably dip chicken wings in ranch. Ugh. Blue cheese, it's the only way. It's up to the 35-yard line. Clock stopped 39 seconds. Billy Flagg with another completion. Riley with this first catch. Can they get in field goal range, you think? That's really the best I think they can hope for.
I think so. I think they can get it right. The way that they've been pushing the field, man, up until the last drive, I don't think they have much of a problem if they really want it.
Flagg takes off and runs with it. They're going to have to burn their final timeout here, I think. They'll just go into the hurry-up.
Yeah, but if you're going to run, why wouldn't you run toward the sideline there and actually save the timeout?
Or just sprint out of the tackle box and throw away the ball to stop the clock, but whatever. They have 2-touchdown lead. I think they're just trying to see if anything comes to fruition, and it doesn't. So they'll head to the half with a 21-7 lead, and I think they're pretty comfortable with that, Gerald.
Oh, definitely, because because you got out there was a chance at this drive that you were going to end up in there, and you were going to end up tie ball game, but you got that momentum back off that pick six, right? And now you're 2 scores up, right? So, definitely take what you got.
Twiggy 2.0 says ranch and wings, yes, please. Ugh. That's probably like
it's gotta be.
That's grounds for kicking them out of the channel, right?
Blue cheese. I don't dip the wings in anything.
I usually don't, but if I'm gonna, it's gotta be.
But blue cheese is where it's at.
Yeah.
Ranch is good, but it's.
See, I knew that Western New York would grow on you. Going into the half, you got Dakota 21, New York 7. It's been mostly Dakota passing yards, I guess, in New York's favor, but it's because Dakota hasn't needed to. Liam Seitz just absolutely pounding that rock, running over New York, making them look like they can't tackle anybody, and a pick six to boot. Defense, offense, everything working for them. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, it started out, right? Just a little bit of back and forth on each drive. They traded, 3 and outs, but then all of a sudden, Dakota goes 14 unanswered really, really quick. And then New York got some momentum going down there, scored, got a good stop, right? To be able to get a punt that says, hey, we're going to try to put points on before half. But then Dakota, what do? Make a very good play by, Trey Deuce to get that pick six. And now all the momentum is solely, in my opinion, right back in Dakota's hands. And look, and that's the team that, Dakota's won 8 straight, looking for 9.
Get the second half started now. I'm Mike Dykes. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Cameron Irvine on production. And quirky comments in the chat. He's multitasking.
Who's multitasking?
Cam.
Oh.
Yeah, he's pushing buttons and stuff.
Pushing buttons. Saying you're completely unprofessional.
Well,
he's not.
In a manner of speaking,
he's not wrong. No, he's not right either. I don't know where I sit on that.
Hey, I think it's time for a bonus number for bingo, since there's hasn't been a ton of scoring. So we'll do a bonus number. I'm thinking, you know what? Let's honor our boy Matt Wilson. Bonus number's 12.
Perfect.
Joe Francis getting things started here in the second half. Oh, he's sacked. He was going to go deep. Gerald, I was looking forward to seeing what he was about to do with that one. Malachi Pfister says, not today. Sacked for a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, and it was only a matter of time before the Pfisters started dominating like they've done quite often on the defensive front. Look at that right there, being there, just fighting through, spinning off a double team and everything else and getting in there and make things happen. So take your pick. It doesn't matter which Pfister it was. Just done, almost got clipped and cut and everything else. It was, wow.
Menachem Pfister, Mordecai Pfister, Malachi Pfister.
You know what I think the name Malachi?
What?
I think it's Children of the Corn.
Interesting. Francis is going to take off and run, and now I'm going to find out why. Padre with the sack, I guess. Yeah, another sack for him. Why? Is there a character in there?
Yes, there's the original Children of the Corn, I guess I made way back in the day. This creepy kid was named Malachi, and I don't know, I just see this. I see the kid from Children of the Corn in my head when I hear the name Malachi.
I think of an employee that I had out in Syracuse. Terrible.
Wow.
Had being the operative
all
word.
right, so your Malachi is terrible.
Terrible.
My version of Malachi is terrible.
Scary.
But this one, this
one's quite good.
Variation is quite good.
Yeah. They're down at 18. Can they convert? It's picked off again. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Another pick six for the Rhinos.
And guess who it is? That is Ataki Uchiha.
Yep.
Coming right on through after that. It looked like he was trying to stretch it over the line to gain, Mike. I don't know, but he dropped it, and 2 pick sixes, not very good. All the momentum is solely in Dakota's hands now.
Wow, that was absolutely crazy. Declan James had it. Got it knocked out. Would have just been incomplete. But Uchiha just grabbing it right out of the air. Look at New York, just feeling defeated.
Yeah,
Nothing going their way today.
No.
They had one good drive. The end.
Well, the last couple of drives were, 2 out of the last 3 have been pick sixes, Mike.
Yeah.
And this is from a quarterback who has thrown, I do believe he's thrown the least amount of interceptions coming into this game this season. Second fewest, actually. He's, that was his 9th interception of the season that he's thrown. And not very, very good right here. They're down 3 scores. And we just started the third quarter.
Sure did. 32 and 28 off the board for bingo, as well as the bonus number that I said. I hope you all were paying attention to it. And Cam properly scolding Skip in the chat. Appreciate you filling in for me there. Usually that's my job to have to call her out on her antics. But Cam on top of things.
Yeah, he runs a tight ship.
That is the ultimate production right there. When you're able to, you get the graphic updated for your bonus numbers, and playing moderator in the chat.
There you go.
That's what's up. So also, Go Knights Charge On says, pretty sure Malachi is a biblical name. And I think he might be right. I'm not deep into the bibliographies.
No, that is correct.
But it's also...
But it's still the bad guy in the Children of the Corn.
And a terrible employee. Can't emphasize that enough. All right, let's see what New York can do. Francis back out on the field. I think he's only got 2 incompletions, and technically they were completions. Yeah, he's 10 of 12, 101 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Every pass he's thrown's been caught by somebody.
Nothing's hit the ground.
Hashtag Dags needs Jesus. I mean, I think I'm good, but you never know. He might be onto something.
Oh. Jesus story, right?
Oh boy,
I gotta get this out. I'm at a recent baseball game, right? And so I go to use the restroom.
Okay.
And my dad's in the restroom. He tells me, he's like, "Hey, Gerald." I'm like, he's like,
I don't know if I like where this is going.
I see Jesus
right now.
And I tell my dad, I'm like, yeah, man, Jesus is everywhere, right? He's like, no, he's right there. And there was a little miniature Jesus just hanging out in the bathroom. I was like, oh my God, that's true.
All right.
I took him. He's now in my little.
You stole Jesus?
I did. I washed him up real good. I took Jesus. I washed him up real good.
Bathroom Jesus. Where is he now?
It's bathroom Jesus. He's in the bag we bring to the baseball games.
Oh, okay. So he gets to at least return to the stadium.
Yeah, he gets to.
But
go
he doesn't
home.
have to hang in the bathroom anymore.
Nope.
That's
excellent. He can actually watch the game.
You've
now.
liberated Jesus.
I sure did.
For a second I thought you were going to get struck by lightning when you said you stole Jesus.
So his nickname.
But you liberated.
So his nickname is BJ, Bathroom Jesus.
I did not need to know his nickname. First down and 10 for the Lightning. They're on another successful looking drive here. Is running forward, and nice pickup by Jennings. Struggling today. The whole run game struggling today. Picks up 8 there, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, look, and they need to just keep going and try to keep some momentum going, and they need to score. They need to get some points on the board really quick, and the defense needs to step up. Not that the defense has been doing pretty bad, because the last 2 touchdowns scored by Dakota has been on pick 6.
Oh, wide open over the middle. Great catch by Eden Hart. Big pickup down to the 24-yard line of the Rhinos. Ellie in the chat says, oh my God, not God. We're talking about Jesus. You got to keep up. First down and 10 for the Lightning.
Yeah, look, and that's when he Eden Hart right over the middle right there. And what he does here, I think, catches it, Mike. Once he sees people going, he protects the ball to make sure it don't, get knocked out, because you know what, it's not his fault. The pick's definitely not his fault, but he wants to protect the ball to make sure nothing nefarious happens.
Nefarious. I love that word. I'm glad that you were able to work that into the broadcast. It's one of my favorite words. Nefarious. Why? No idea. Francis down to the 10-5, all the way down to the 2-yard line. First down and goal. Francis still somewhat kind of sort of perfect on the day. None of his passes have hit the turf.
No, he doesn't. But right here, looking, Hart found himself open again. I thought he was going to run in there. He couldn't figure out what hand he wanted to put the ball in, but still protected it nonetheless. But now, are we going to get Robert some positive yards right here?
And a touchdown. Nice.
Touchdown.
We're going to get the pylon cam.
Yeah,
always love getting the pylon cam.
Hey, down at the 2, 1.5.
Pylon cam, production cam. This whole broadcast is full of cams.
Yeah. I would agree.
It looks like you
Robert's
got
at fullback.
He's at fullback. It looks like Jennings maybe at the halfback spot, going to hand it off. No, play action, and he is sacked. Why would they do that?
Oh man, you have Jupiter Jennings who's already trucked Paudry on a run. Robert has got to have, I don't know, maybe he got his orange slices and pickle juices at halftime, to get him a little bit of a pep in his step. But why would you do that? It puts you back.
Henson in the chat says, if we want to score, keep me on the bench. Well, with that kind of attitude, that's why they play action down the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I know. He said, don't give me the ball. That was not called, I'm sure. Don't give me the ball. That's what I heard.
He's back on the field at fullback. Jennings missed a block on that last play. Play action. Now the block holds up, throws end zone, and it's picked off again. First incompletion of the day that wasn't an interception for Francis. And now a 3rd and goal from the 10.
Trey Deuce almost had another one. They need a touchdown, Mike. I don't think a field goal does them any favors.
I would agree. Francis
Oh.
looks broken screenplay. Just throws it down to the turf to salvage the field goal. But
it was, I tell you what, it was well covered. Got out there, realized it was nothing. I just saw everybody vacate and nothing but the fishers are running at him. But you know what? The defender played it really, really well, forcing that offensive lineman a little bit further back.
Field goal from about 27 yards out or so, up and good. And 28-10, so still an 18-point deficit. Don't look now, Gerald. It's still 3 scores.
Yeah, and they're going to need some sort of a turnover, I think, especially the way that, Dakota has been playing, right? They haven't made any mistakes. They haven't gone down and scored every drive, but, they put up enough points offensively. Their defense has matched the same output as their offensive points.
27-10 now off the board for bingo. How many numbers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 11 numbers. I kind of lost count. I ran out of fingers. But I still think we should do another bonus number, but I need permission. Do I, or can we just
11.
Start throwing them out there?
12
I don't know.
is the amount of numbers you have if we...
Well,
included the bonus
if
number.
they remember the bonus number,
And
but if they missed it,
and think about that. If they missed it, just think about it.
Yeah, if they missed it, then shame on them for not paying attention to our worldly knowledge and insights.
Yep. And where you might be able to find Jesus.
Yeah, you never know. We're trying to bring Jesus to the world here, apparently. Flag over the middle. That one's caught, but then knocked out, incomplete. Why don't you go ahead and pick a bonus number?
All right, let's go bonus number. Spaceball season, 25.
25 off the board as well. Billy Flagg under pressure, gets rid of it quick. That time it is caught. Did he haul it in that time? He did, up at the 33-yard line. Tony Horn, Jr.
Yeah, and he got some in a third and manageable right here, right? You know, you might be able to give it to the box truck. It's coming out of the shotgun, Mike.
3rd and 2 in the gun, yeah. Flagg hands this one off. Sights. Oh, hit in the backfield and brought down. Couldn't knock over the defender that time as tackled for no gain.
And that is exactly what they needed right there. Jordan and Muller come right in there and being able to slow him down. Muller hit him first, slowed his momentum down, and Jordan came in there and actually finished it off. So that, Mike, that's what they needed right here. But when they get the ball back, they got to come down and they have to get points on the board to put themselves back in the game.
Punt is away. Yeah, they're going to need to try to score on every drive here going forward. About midway through the 3rd quarter now. It's the offense has to produce and the defense has to get stops. We've seen both of those happen. We've seen successful drives. New York got down to the 2. And if they had ran the ball, I think they would have scored a touchdown. But they were at least able to get a field goal. Jennings with a nice run, making some moves, getting up to the 40-yard line. I thought he was, if he had just put his foot in the turf and go forward, he could have had a huge one there.
He had Pfister right on his hips. He was so close to outrunning, Malachi Pfister there. But he just, I don't know what he was trying to juke him when he didn't have to. Just run. Wow, that was so close to being a breakout. And they would have scored quick right there, Mike. I think if it would have just, like you said, just put his foot in the ground and just kept going straight.
Yeah. But a first down nonetheless. Bunch formation up to the top. Francis in the gun. He's going to hand that one off to Henson. Can Henson get going? No, just still. He gained 1 yard that time, Gerald, but his 8 rushes, 1 positive yard.
Yeah, and he's just not seeing the field very well. It's got to be. He looks a little sketchy and looking for the right, the right opening.
Ball is handed off to Henson. Finally able to get a first down. Some nice positive yardage right up to midfield. And now they're going to spot him 2 yards shy. Who spotted that ball?
What? That was terrible.
That ref needs Jesus. Where is he? Is he in your bag? 3rd down and 2. That's unacceptable.
That was bad. That was rough.
If anything, it's the 3rd and inches.
He was not that far back.
Terrible spot. Francis in the gun. Hands it off. Can they get the first down? They deserve a first down. They get the first down and 30, 20. No one's going to catch him. 10, 5. Touchdown, Lightning. Jupiter Jennings with a 52-yard touchdown run.
What a run right there. He got in, Mike. I thought it was going to be a tackle for loss. He got caught up behind his guy, and they just tried to arm tackle him, and he just shot out like a cannon. We're going to see it again right here. Right here, I'm like, oh, no, this is bad. But you know what happens? He fights off the tackle from behind, and he just turns on the jets and takes off. This is what New York needed.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Extra point coming up. And, hey, now it's an 11-point ball game. So now that field goal they kicked makes a little bit more sense. So 50-plus off the board, 17 off the board as your bingo numbers continue to grow. A couple of bonus numbers were called as well. Should we say them again? Probably, but I'm not gonna. So hopefully you caught them when you caught them. But 28-17, Dakota's lead not quite as comfy anymore.
No, not. It's especially not. It seems like the defense is starting to get you got to think, Mike. After those first 2 touchdowns by Dakota, the defense of New York has actually played really well. Dakota has done nothing offensively outside of the first quarter, right? Their other 2 touchdowns that they've gotten have been from their defense via the pick 6 variety. So the New York defense is doing their job. It's just that finally they need the New York offense to step up, and just on this last drive they have.
Minus those pick 6s, New York would be winning this one.
Theoretically, you can technically say New York has like 4 touchdowns themselves.
Yeah. In a very messed up way, you know. Yeah. Francis, he definitely threw 2 touchdowns that did not add points to his board. Billy Flagg in the gun to get things started here. Going to hand it off to Sites. Sites hit in the backfield and tackled for a loss. Still has over 100 yards on the day, but a rare TFL. Sites not often going down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't know what Mr. and Mrs. Jordan was thinking naming their kid Voorhees, but geez, he came right in here.
Voorhees. Is that a religious name too?
And just destroyed the box truck that is Sites.
Does Voorhees have a biblical past as well?
I don't. It's such an interesting name.
It is. We talked about who you think about when you hear the name Malachi. Who do you think about when you hear the name Voorhees?
Jason Voorhees.
The end. Sites going nowhere again. Unbelievable. 3rd down and 12. The New York defense ready to make a stop here.
Mr. Voorhees is chopping down Sites every chance he gets.
They're down in 12. Flagg in the gun. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the bottom. Play action. Throwing to the one on the bottom. Gets the catch. Gets the first down. It's Tony Horn.
Tony Horn Jr. coming up big. And it almost looked like Mike. They just let him go out there. He just beat the defender down there. And he just lofted it up. He just ran like almost, it looks like somewhat of a wheel route or something out there. And the linebacker just wasn't even a linebacker. That was the safety. I don't know how the safety lets him get that wide open. And Horn comes up big on 3rd down yet again.
Go Knights charge on called that one. He said Tony Horn Jr. time in the chat before that play was called. He was spot on. First down and 10. Flagg in the gun. Throws over the middle. That one's almost picked off. I thought that was a pick 6. He had it in his hands. Cain Vasquez could have taken that one to the house, Gerald.
Vasquez could have made up for his mistake. Well, they can get, Tony Horn like wide open, and that was a pick 6 written all over it.
Can you imagine if he had gotten that?
It would have.
Wow.
Stadium would have went completely quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. That run good for a short pickup. Actually, they'll spot him 5 on that one. 3rd down and 5. Coming up, once again, another 3rd down. Converted a big one on 3rd and, I believe, 12 to Tony Horn Jr. Can they convert here? At their own 44-yard line. Flagg in the gun. Looks, fires short of the line again. Pass broke up and incomplete. 4th down. New York will get the ball back.
And guess who was right on the back of Sites right there to knock the ball down? You guessed it. Mr. Voorhees Jordan right there. Knocked it right out of Sites' hand to ensure that wasn't going to be converted. Just, wow. Really good play.
I just don't get it. Like, are you in the delivery room and your baby's born and you're like, what should we name our precious baby boy? Voorhees.
It had to be on the TV or something when
just
the mother was
watching.
giving birth.
It's just wild. Look at that. It's the ball down at the 1. Wow.
What a punt right there.
Second time we have seen a punt down at the 1. Now 1 for each of these teams.
Holy smokes, wow.
Crazy. And listen, when, look at Joe Francis' stats, 13 to 17, 161 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, both of which went to the house for points. When Dakota got backed up to their own 1, they went on a 99-yard touchdown drive. Can New York pull it off? Starting off with a 2-yard run by Jennings, whose stats look really good now. 9 rushes, 96 yards, and a touchdown, a 52-yard touchdown run. I'll help you with that. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, at least they gave himself a little bit of room by a couple of yards right here, running with Jennings right up the middle. And the offensive line blocked really well on that first play.
Handing it off. Oh, nearly safety. Jennings just trying to get out of the end zone. Gets it up to the 5-yard line. Henson in the chat says, what was that roll? Yeah, I think he expected the oblong football to not just roll like a soccer ball to the 1-yard line, but it did. 3 quarters down, 12 minutes remains here in this one. Really exciting game. New York getting back into it. 28-17, the Rhinos out in front, but New York with the football. Big 3rd down and 5 coming up from their own 5-yard line. You're watching the UFL and the Virtual Football Network. Ball is handed off. Jennings, can he get there? No, he juked when he should have unjuked. I don't know, zigged when he should have zagged. What am I trying to even say? 4th down and 3. They'll have to punt from their own 8.
I think you got it right. It was, he should have.
He should have not done this right here.
He juked when he should have unjuked.
When he should have drucked, maybe? I don't know.
But yeah, he should just he should just made a cut, ran straight. He would have picked it up.
Punt is away. This one won't be downed at the 1. Drops down at the 45-yard line, immediately tackled after a 2-yard pickup. So Dakota back out on the field. Here's Liam Seitz. He started out 13 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown. Since that time, his last 3 carries have netted -2. The New York defense stepping up. They're going to need to step up big here. Great starting field position for Dakota.
Yeah, look, and that's what's good with New York right now. The defense is playing at a really high level and has been for the last 3 quarters.
Seitz, picks up more than 2 there. He picks up about 12. 115 yards now on the day. 6.7 yards per carry.
Yeah, he's doing very, very good, run here, being able to the blocking, Mike. When you got an offensive lineman running downfield looking for someone to hit, you know that your offensive line has done their job.
See, that's the sort of guy that should be named Voorhees. Big old O-lineman that's just looking to go maul a guy. Seitz with a nice pickup. Gets about 5 on that one. 2nd down and 4. They'll spot him with 6. Hashtag he should have unjuked, says Skip. Yep,
that's the thing.
He juked when he should have unjuked. I know what I'm doing, I swear. 2nd and 4. Flag. Hands it off. Tackled for a loss. Brought down. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Barry with the TFL.
Barry coming in there and just shutting it down while being blocked, trucking, taking down Seitz. Wow. And this is going to be good right here, Mike, especially for them. I mean, look, they got 3rd and a decent amount of yards, right? Medium, takes them back a little bit, but makes it mildly tougher for Dakota to convert.
3rd and 6. Tony Horn Jr. lined up at the bottom of the screen. 4 on the play clock. Man in motion. 3 gets the play off. Flag goes up top. That one's caught. Short of the line. Seitz, can he get there? No. Tackled. And he's brought down at the the New York 34-yard line. Can they kick a field goal from here? It'd be a long one.
Yeah, look, Harrison, Mike, you're going to see it right here. Harrison with a 1st down, possibly game-saving type tackle for them right here because, the first defender couldn't bring him down, but Harrison making sure, making the
tackling the refrigerator. Oh, even better, they're just going to try to go for it. Flag under center. 4th down and 2. Handing it off. Running, getting the 1st down, and a little bit more. Gerald, he looked like he was running in slow motion, but slow motion enough to get the 1st.
He was running scared and just baby stepping it all through, but credit to the offensive line for getting the push that they needed for him to just frighteningly get the freaking 1st down. It was insane.
Short run on that play. Just disheartening for New York. They thought they got the stop, thought they're going to get the ball back. Even if it was a long field goal, they're going to get another opportunity at points. Nope. Dakota smartly goes for it, gets the 1st down, and now just bleeding the clock here in the 4th quarter. Play action, flag, decides to run, gets sacked for his efforts. Muller with the sack, his 1st on the day.
Yeah, being able to come there and do that right there, right? Like, look, and I don't know why, Dakota is in control of this game right now. I don't know why you want to. I don't know why you'd want to pass there. In my opinion, like you're giving, I think you're being a little bit dangerous with the ball there because.
Yeah.
I mean, because if they stop you and you still get a field goal, it's still within striking distance, in my opinion, for New York.
Yeah, it'd still be a 2-score game, but 2 even touchdowns. You don't need extra, a 2-point conversion or anything. So Oh, throws down to the bottom, gets out of bounds, and stops the clock as well. So 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit. Tony Orn Jr. with the catch. And this, if successful, will make it a 14-point ball game. 41-yard try from the left hash. A.J. Horn with a kick. It's on its way, and it is good. 34-17 now is the score. Or, excuse me, 31-17 is the score. I was adding on extra points.
Yeah, extra points. I would have liked. One thing I didn't like about that field goal situation defensively for the special teams unit on defense for New York. Like, why wouldn't you try to attempt to block that, right? They just played it safe. They kind of backed off.
Yeah, you got to try to make a big play here.
Yeah, like, I mean,
now's the time to make a splash, whether it's a block or whatever. You got to go all out here.
Yep. I mean, because just imagine, like, if you block that, you pick it up and you scoop it in, man, it changes the whole complexity of the game.
6:59 to go here in the ball game. 31-17, Dakota out in front. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Kick is kneeled down in the end zone for a touchback. So we will see what New York is able to do with this one. Coming up next here on the Virtual Football Network, more UFL action. Salt Lake at St. Louis. You got Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent, a pair of legends, on the call. And if you like hearing wee woo 800 times a game, make sure you watch it, because apparently that's what Vincent does every time a bingo number pops up.
Wee woo.
Oh yeah, it's bizarre. I got to hear it firsthand. It's a little weird, but hey, it's his thing. 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, look, I think they had, they need a little bit of a sense of urgency here, and I think they're going to start going with it here soon too.
Francis throws up top, completes that one to Hart. Hart gets the 1st down, a little bit more, steps out of bounds at the 47, stops the clock, 6:20.
And that's the most important thing about that reception there, Mike, is he got it right, turned straight up, right, didn't hesitate, didn't do anything, knew where the line was, knew where he wanted to go, and then just let the defenders just take him out of bounds while also going forward. So, and like you mentioned, it stopped the clock.
Yeah, which is critical. I mean, they're going to need some extra time here. They need everything to go their way. They need to get a touchdown on this drive. Well, now the clock's rolling anyway. They need a touchdown on this drive. They need to get the ball back on defense. Great pass over the middle. Completion to Jazz Aldmere, getting the 1st down. But offensively and defensively, the entire rest of the way, things have to be executed to perfection. There's no alternative.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the defense needs to get a stop, right? Even if they go down here and get points, but they need a touchdown, right? I think it's 4-down territory here on out, Mike.
I would agree. Completion, good for a pickup of 4. Mark Lopez joins the chat, says, hello, what did I miss? Let's go ahead and recap the entire 31-17 worth of points. So it started back at the first quarter. There was 12 minutes. I'm not doing that. Mark, you got to just be here on time, buddy. 1st down inside the 20, getting down into the red zone. 5 minutes to go. Clock continuing to roll. You missed a couple of pick sixes, Mark. Both thrown by the quarterback you see there, Joe Francis. Missed a 52-yard touchdown run. That was beautiful. Francis has time, looks, decides to take off and run with it. Can he get the 1st? He's trying. He gets just a little bit short. I think he's going to be, 2nd down and 1. Nice pickup of 9. Gets down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, he wanted that 1st down right there. Didn't slide. Thought I was going to see him slide, but
inside 5 minutes to go. Francis looks towards the 3, caught. Mark Anthony gets tackled at the 3, 1st down and goal. So fresh set of downs, but the time.
Yeah, like, and the thing about Anthony there, I mean, he didn't decide what he wanted to do right after he caught the ball, and if he just kept running, he may have got his team 6.
Francis looking towards the end zone now, fires back in the end zone, touchdown catch. No, he was out of bounds. He's lucky that's not a penalty.
It would have been a penalty. I was waiting for the flag to kind of come in.
Me too.
Not.
And not Billy, to be clear. A penalty flag, not the Billy flag.
Yes, not that one.
Just ignore me. Pass out of the back of the end zone, targeted the cameraman that time. 3rd down and goal.
And that was to no one.
Nobody.
No. Wow, that was a wasted play.
Hey, the cameraman's a person too.
Yeah, but that was a wasted play.
It was indeed. in the shotgun now, empty backfield for the Lightning. Francis takes the snap, looks, has time waiting for a man to get open, throws wide open, touchdown, but a flag on the play.
Illegal touching?
Yeah. He must have stepped out of the back of the end zone. And now it's 4th down, and they're going to go for it. That's the flag we were looking for this last play. So now 4th down. They need this so bad. Throwing into double coverage. Pass is broken up. Turnover on downs. That is just gut-wrenching, Gerald.
And it was a bad sequence. Not one time when you're down there did you even attempt to try and run. I know they need to get points right and they're trying to throw the ball, but man, when everything gets bottled up in the end zone, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, there's only so many play calls you can make when you only have 13 yards to work with. You're at the 3-yard line. There's only so much you can do, and now all Dakota needs to do is just try to run out the clock. Had New York gotten that touchdown, we got a whole new game here at the end.
Yeah, and because New York has all 3 timeouts.
Seitz able to, no, that's not Seitz. That's Seitz Cohart, J.R. Lions, but able to pick up 3. And New York, 2 pick sixes thrown. So that's 14 of Dakota's points. And failed to score 2 touchdowns when they were able to be inside the 5-yard line. Settling for a field goal once, turnover and downs the other time. Right now, New York has more total yards than Dakota, 317 to 272. Like this should have been New York's game to win, just looking at the stats and how everything's played out. Those 2 pick sixes and failing to execute 2 touchdowns inside the 5, that's the difference in this.
I mean, because Dakota's offense didn't do much of nothing outside of the first quarter.
Yeah, and outside of Seitz. Like, Seitz has done great. Flag hasn't had a bad day, but it's really been the Liam Seitz show. And the defense getting those pick sixes. Trey Deuce and Itachi Uchiha. The pick sixes. Flag going to go deep down the right side. Double coverage. That one's broken up. And the clock stops. 2:12. 4th down.
You get the ball back here.
New York's got to get a touchdown. I talked about it when there was still 5 minutes on the clock. I said everything had to be executed to perfection. Obviously, it wasn't. You have one flag or one penalty that did get called. We saw another penalty that for some reason didn't get called. They didn't call it a touchdown either, though. But both of them were penalties either way. And then just, turnover on downs. Like, you can't have that. But now there is one last gasp here. They've got 2 minutes, 3 seconds, all 3 timeouts. So there's going to be 4 automatic clock stoppages with the 2-minute warning and your 3 timeouts. Francis has to get them into the end zone quickly, and now they're going to need an onside kick.
Yeah. Like doing a deke, a dunk type thing is not going to work. And I'm not even sure I'm a fan of this alignment, but
Francis putting Mark Anthony in motion. Goes down that direction. Has his target complete to Eden Hart. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Hey, you wouldn't be able to tell from the score right now, but we've got an exciting finish here on our hands. New York with an opportunity to try to claw their way back into this one. See what happens. Francis throws down to the bottom. See, that sort of play is not going to work. I mean, you got a couple yards. You did stop the clock, but you can't get. You're not going to win with 2-yard plays.
Yeah. So and the time is not on your side, right? Anytime you don't pick up, I'm thinking here, man, like 7+, 8+
10.
yards.
I think you got to get a first down every play. Francis, he's just got to throw it to somebody, and he's sacked. That's unacceptable. Mordecai Pfister.
Man, and I don't understand, like, you're back there the whole time, break the pocket, throw it away or something, right? Just don't take the sack.
Throw it to someone. They're down in 15 now. You got to get at least half of this back. Francis throws, trying to get it all, gets it all, gets down to the 24-yard line. They'll go into the hurry-up minute 23. At what point do you call your timeouts? Maybe they're saving them so they don't need the onside kick. Like, I can respect that.
Yeah.
If you start taking shots at the end zone right now.
Yeah, you gotta do more than what you've been doing.
Francis looks, fires it down, 3-yard pass. Henson breaks a tackle, gets brought down at the 20. Call a timeout. No, they're not going to.
What are we doing right now?
Going to no huddle. 2nd down and 6. Going to have a 10-second runoff once they actually get to the line. No, there they are. 50 seconds to go. Clock rolling. Francis, play action, fooling no one. Throws end zone, and it's intercepted. That's going to be the game. He brings it out of the end zone. He wanted the 3rd pick 6 for the defense. Gets it up to the 15-yard line, but a game-sealing interception by Trey Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery just sat back there, and man, it just wasn't. He just overthrew it a little bit. I thought he actually had it, but you know, Montgomery just sat there and just eyed it up the entire time and just waited to make the move.
Trying to hit his 6'3" tight end, but yeah, great job by Montgomery to jump that route, get the pick. Trying to make a big play out of it too. Could have just knelt it down, brought it out to the 20. He's like, nah, we're gonna see if I get a pick 6.
But look, I mean, look at right here. Like as far as what they got yards, like it didn't like right, and only like 134 yards passing. So it wasn't like they did anything overly impressive, Dakota. But you know what they did, Mike? They actually stayed mistake free.
They sure did. And that's the big. I mean that's the difference in this one. 2 very costly mistakes. It's one thing to throw an interception and give the opponent an extra shot on offense. But when you throw a pick 6 and the offense doesn't even need to put their helmets on and they get points anyway, you can't spot a team 14 points and realistically expect to come back into it. And they came close. Look at the score. They're trailing by how many? By 2 pick 6s.
Look, and I do think right here, you know, New York knows. Look, New York's a very, very good squad. As Dakota is here, and they even showed Mike through 3 quarters how good their defense really is, right? Being able to shut down the offense, only allowing 3 points outside of the first quarter. You know, the defense stepped up, their offense struggled, right? The 2 pick 6s or you know, evidence of that and everything else. But man, but I mean, New York, you know, look, I know they're gonna go back and they'll be right back at to being competitive next week as well. Right, but
they will.
If they had to do this over again, they were like, man, if we can take back, right, those 2 pick 6s, right, those 2 interceptions. I mean, what could we have been looking at for a game right now?
Final timeout called by New York. They will get the ball back after this punt, but with only 28 seconds to go and no timeouts, looking pretty bleak. New York will fall to 10-3 on the season. Dakota is going to improve to 12-1. Great season for the Dakota Rhinos. And 19 seconds to go here with no timeouts to spare. Next up for New York, things don't get any easier. If you look at the records, it looks like they might. They're going to go up against the 5-8 Rochester Pioneers. But Gerald, 3 of those wins have come the last 3 weeks in a row, and all 5 of those wins were in about, I think, the last 6 weeks. Pioneers have looked totally different here in the second half of the season. Francis just heaving it down, bobbled around, falls down to the turf. 10 seconds to go. So that's going to be a really interesting game.
Yeah, it is.
Battle for New York State.
Right. So it is going to be something interesting because you guys put up 52 points.
Chaw.
It's insane.
That's chaw worthy.
Starting out like you guys were the last team to win a game.
Going deep once again. And nearly picked off for the 4th time. Ellie's very excited about that game. She goes, oh, shucks. I don't think I can say what she said. We have to face Mike next week. Oh, no. That's right. Just like the British had to face the American colonists next week 250 years ago.
That's right.
America. What is wrong with us? Henson gets the first down, but 0's on the clock. Next up for Dakota, they take on the Phoenix Skyhawks, but they're going to go ahead and lock up the Great West. 12-1. What an impressive season. Is only a few games left on the season for Dakota. They got Phoenix next week, then they're on the road their final 2 weeks of the season at Vegas, at Austin to close things out. For New York, they are going to be hosting the Rochester Pioneers next week. Then they are at Dallas and host the Los Angeles Aztecs. So that's it for us. Final score here in this one. Dakota getting that win, 31-17. Coming up next, Salt Lake at St. Louis. Tyler Falk Eric Vincent on the call. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it was just a tale of like the turnovers, Mike. Like too many turnovers that turned directly into points for Dakota, which spelled the end for the Lightning not being able to pull through, and their offense struggled a bit. They tried to do what they could, but they could not get those conversions over into points. Like we mentioned earlier, there was 2 times they were inside of the 5-yard line, came away with 3 points on those 2 drives, and those pick sixes, ended up, hurting them too much and could come back from it.
Dakota with the win. This has been a presentation of the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. For Gerald Smith, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who's always with me in spirit on every broadcast, I'm Mike Dykes. Thank you for joining us. Remember to be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you next time.
is UFL, coast to coast. Here on the Virtual Football Network, we head to the gateway city, to Salt Lake has come to St. Louis to try and cross the Mississippi to the other side to take down the now right lockstep, just a game behind, St. Louis Rivermen trying to get the lead in the Great East Conference after New York fell earlier today. Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the booth by Eric Vincent. Eric, good evening. This one is going to be a very tasty matchup.
Good evening, Tyler. Yeah, you said it. I mean, following the loss by New York to Dakota in the last game in our block, I mean, this is a juicy morsel of a game for St. Louis, who has the opportunity to take the lead in the Great East, having holding the tiebreaker over New York. Beat them 18-10 earlier this season.
And so the Rivermen will get the first say here in the ball game. Red helmets, red jerseys, white bottoms against Salt Lake. Black, white, black is their color combo. Karen Kaizumi hands it off to the right side to Terry Wright, who's going to maybe lose a yard as getting the backfield quickly is Don Mariano.
Yeah, Mariano, good surge up the middle there to start things off. Looked like Wright was trying to go off tackle, but man, Mariano just shot out of a cannon, getting that tackle for loss. That's a great play by the linebacker.
Good early statement for Salt Lake, trying to force the issue and force the Rivermen to pass.
Let's go one more. Slam. Get it. Come.
Suzumi, another run. Handoff right side. Tripping and stumbling is Junior McCray, falling forward to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and McCray is a good back coming out of that backfield there. Came into this game over 1,000 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns, and looking to add some more today.
Kaizumi in a back to throw, right side, open receiver, but just a bit too much here in the ball. Koizumi and the St. Louis offense are going to be off the field quickly on just 3 plays in the first drive.
And along those same lines, Koizumi hasn't really thrown the ball a ton this season. She's more of a rushing threat. In fact, she's got the highest numbers in rushing yards for any quarterback in the UFL. Kind of sad to see them go for a pass in that 3rd and 3 situation there.
There's a reason why this Rivermen offense predicates the run, and it's not necessarily because Koizumi can't throw the ball, it's because the run game has really led them. They're a top 4 rushing team here in the UFL. That's a beautiful punt for the Rivermen, and that will back the Hornets up all the way inside the 5. And so here comes Jay Carter and the Hornet offense. And after last week, a little bit of sluggish, trying to get back here on top to try and push their way up the conference standings. Be a play action. Carter looking over the middle. It is incomplete, off of the outstretched arms, and you're not seeing that wrong. That is number 67, Mia Pangori, who's unable to come up the catch in double coverage.
Yeah, and not a bad idea there from Carter to go play action, go with the one-on-one there. Pangori just couldn't come up with the tough catch.
UI safeties here on 2nd and 10. Fullback dive out of 1 tackle. And with a burst of speed from the big fullback. Lucas Doherty is going to pick up the first down. How do you do, big fella?
Yeah, just a great run there by Dope. Man, look at that. Just nice stiff arm there with the offhand. Dispatches the oncoming defender with ease. And then surges forward. Had a nice burst of speed there for a fullback. It's going to set Salt Lake up with a nice first down here early on. Gives them a little bit of space after that good punt.
And a bit more room to breathe here for Carter as he will snap it off, hand it off to the left-hand side, but he's going to go nowhere. Robert Brady Jr. on the takedown, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Chris Allure, another good back here in the UFL, 955 yards and 11 touchdowns coming into today's game. We'll have to see if he can boost up that average a little over 4 yards a carry coming into today.
We'll get another chance here, left-hand side, another stretch play, and again, minimal yardage to be found there again. St. Louis in all over it.
Yeah, and early on, it doesn't look like those stretch or off-tackle plays are really going to be doing a whole lot of damage to the St. Louis defense.
Carter with a blitz coming deep arcing ball, and the receiver just had to play coverage there, knocking Colin Douglas away from the football at the last possible second, and the Hornets will end up having to punt.
Yeah, and one-on-one coverage once more here. Just not a great throw intended for Anthony, but it was just too deep. Colin Douglas was actually playing this better than the receiver was at that point in time. So, as you mentioned, Tyler, Anthony just having to play DB on that play. So, 1 first down, and out they go for the Hornets.
So these defenses, Eric, coming out strong here for the opening salvos. Usually it's an offense getting off the mark quickly. We saw that last week with Salt Lake with an opening drive touchdown. They struggled to score more points after the word, but it's a good sign that their defense is already forced St. Louis off the field on just 3 plays.
Well, most definitely, and we know that St. Louis has the best scoring defense on average in the UFL. Salt Lake ranking near the bottom of the league, so it's good to see them really put up a tough test for the Rivermen early on.
And St. Louis unable to find purchase through the middle. McCray runs into a sea of Hornets, and that'll give us an opportunity to take a look at the Rivermen offense. That big line is crucial here tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and we touched on it. Koizumi is going to be a rushing threat. Obviously, you got Junior McCray back there as a running back as well. Both of them love to run the football, and then they will sprinkle in the passing attack to Angel Maldonado, Daniel Alvarez, and Homer J.
Five-man rush. McCray on a little bit of a misdirection finally finds a hole and taken down quickly by Taylor after a couple yards. Here's that St. Louis opposition that they'll face here, the Salt Lake defense.
And Dan Taylor is a guy to watch out for. He is a TFL machine, coming in with 17. That's top 5 in the UFL. Certainly want to keep an eye on him with this rushing attack that St. Louis likes to pop out.
And he came in midway through the season as well, so to have a couple less games under his belt and already near the top of the leaderboard in tackles for loss, that is quite the statement from Taylor. Koizumi looking over the middle. That's an open receiver, in the first pass and catch of the game for Koizumi is going to find a reliable Angel Maldonado for a big first down.
So Salt Lake does a good job, puts St. Louis in a 3rd and long situation, so it forces Koizumi to pass. Again, it's not that Koizumi can't pass, it's just that this offense is predicated off of the run game. Here in this situation, finds an open target, and it's going to be into Salt Lake territory off of that big pass from Koizumi to Maldonado.
70, Indy.
Trips off to the right-hand side, tight end, just a little bit off the line here to the left as Koizumi goes in the gun. Quick pop, now looking left side into triple coverage, and the ball is swatted out of the hands of the tight end, Homer J.
Yeah, that one's going to be one that Karen wants back, because that wasn't a great decision there. Throw it in a sea of white jerseys.
Gone again for Koizumi, and this is a design quarterback run, and she gets popped up and slammed down by Dan Taylor.
And we talked about him. He's already got 2 tackles here tonight. First designated run, designed run for Koizumi, and it gets absolutely blown up. Now another 3rd and long situation for the Rivermen.
Stack left, Salt Lake looking to get off the field. They send a little bit of pressure. Pass right side. It is incomplete. The late hit after the ball was clearly there. Jars it free. Trevante James with the knockout. It's 4th down, and St. Louis will send out the field goal unit.
Yeah, Alvarez actually does a really good job with adjusting to this ball. Watch it towards the very end there as he tries to go up and make the play. But you said it, that last hit there jarred the football loose from Trevante James and forces the 4th down. Now it's going to be a long field goal attempt here for the Rivermen to take the lead early on.
It'll be Yurina Yuki who will come out to do the kicking duties here. And snap spot from the right hash, about a 47-yard attempt is up and good for Yuki, and she gets the Rivermen on the board. It's 3-0 here in the second half of our coast-to-coast action here in the UFL, here on VFN. So glad you could join us. Here is your bingo numbers here tonight. Carrying on throughout. Yeah, there you go. Hit him with it, Eric.
Wee woo, bingo numbers. Horizontal winners, my lovely little D-Gens. Give them to us. We want to see them.
And we do get one. We actually get both numbers, 47 and 3 tonight. So hopefully, for those of you playing along here at home, We're still waiting for our first bingo of the night, so hopefully that helped you out. As we're about ready for kickoff again, as the Hornets will try and get the return started. This will be a deep return, and so no chance for the Hornets to try and replicate what they did last time. That's Hopkins, as he has the lone kick return touchdown in the league here this season. And wouldn't the Hornets love to have another little splash play like that, Eric?
Oh, absolutely, 100%, especially in a game where your defense is coming out and playing strong against one of the tougher teams in the league.
Play action, Carter near side, that one in tight coverage, incomplete, intended, for the big tight end, Sauce K.
And this is where it's going to be tough. Like, yes, your defense is responding well, but your offense is also going up the top scoring defense in the league. And right now, it is showing really no opening so far for the Hornets offense.
4-3 look, they'll try and run, and that gets bottled up. Allure, 3 carries, now officially no yards after the loss of 1.
Yeah, and great tackle by Will Todd coming in there, one of the best middle linebackers in the league, as he just follows Allure with precision. I mean, just look at that. Like a predator stalking his prey, and then just makes that final move to tackle him in the backfield. Really nothing doing for Salt Lake early on. Now a 3rd and long for them.
4 wide, pump once, Carter with time. Now airs it out, middle cut, first down, past the 45, up to the 47-yard line. Largest gain of the game here already for Salt Lake. It is Lucas Ryan with a catch and run.
And this is going to be a key part here, Tyler, is that offensive line holding strong on these 3rd and long situations, giving the receivers a little bit more time to work themselves free. Mac Anthony, Mia Pangori, all of them are going to have to work hard against these defenders for the Rivermen.
Carter alone in the backfield, 4-man rush. This one tucked underneath, and Sauce K just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Had to come back to the football, and that's going to end up 0 yards.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward throw there from Carter to K, and really not a whole lot there. That's unfortunate. No gain.
Try and run with Allure again, and Allure is just having a rough first quarter. McCray is there, a loss of 1.
Yeah, and Dynamite McCray, again, all of these defenders, they play extremely well individually, where they recognize the play to perfection. I mean, we saw it there from the linebacker just a couple plays ago. We saw it from the safety right there. Dynamite McCray coming up and playing run support. Absolutely unreal.
3rd and long again. Carter with a 5-man rush with time, but it runs out. Getting out of his stance, finally fending off the old lineman, Antonio Flash.
Yeah, and Antonio Flash doing a great job with just working his way through his assignment. Nice little spin move towards the tail end, and that eventually, I should say, got him free to get into Carter's lap, because, man, it looked like Carter was ready to unleash the dragon, as my good buddy Josh Circle would say.
9th sack this season for Flash. He had a UFL record 6 earlier this season in just 1 game, I should say. And we are punting this one away. Near side, it will take a St. Louis bounce into the end zone. And so the Rivermen will start from their own 20-yard line with a chance here to drive down the football field again, tack on some more points.
And that's a huge missed opportunity there. Again, we talked about trying to take advantage of the opportunities that are being given to you for Salt Lake. That would have been huge to back up the Rivermen deep in their own territory.
Play action right side, and Koizumi now 1 of 5. Only 1 completion, and maybe that's, again, more of a running quarterback. We said it, but needs to be a bit more accurate, especially when her wide receivers are a little bit more wide open like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit off early on tonight.
Try and run right side through a hole. Shifty move and a flag. Past the 30-yard line. It's a first down for now, but it's holding on St. Louis. A great play that now goes backward.
It was a great patient run by McCray, too. Just wiped off the board.
Play action is expertly read by St. Salt Lake. Nixon in the backfield for the sack.
Man, they had 2 free blitzers just coming off the line. The running back can only pick up 1, and McCray does a good job with that. But Roosevelt Nixon just completely gets off the line, virtually untouched, going up against Walters and right into Koizumi's lap. Big sack there for the Hornets.
And we talked a little bit earlier how great this Salt Lake defense has been playing today. They look like a completely different team from a week ago.
Hunter, they look like a completely different team in totality. I mean, like I said, this is one of the worst scoring defenses in the league right now.
Koizumi in her own end zone. This is going to be a 55-yard pass. That's going to be knocked out of the hands of Horner J. And it's 4th down. The Hornet defense comes up big.
And Tyler, as it is, there's really not a whole lot of plays in the playbook that'll give you 23 yards on a first down. So Koizumi trying to make a little bit of magic there, working the sideline. Homer J actually had his hands on it, if you could believe it, but just a great job by the defenders to really lock up Homer J on that one. And now punting from their own end zone.
About just 2 yards from the end line, and the punt is away. A chance now for a return. Looking out of to try and get it done. Lakeem Hopkins is taken down at the 42-yard line. And so we take a look at the Rivermen defense. This linebacking core is nothing to slug off. You cannot overlook this incredible effort of these linebackers as we take a look at the Douglas deflection.
Yeah, and Colin Douglas has played well. Obviously, we saw a couple plays from him. But yes, the linebackers have really caused a whole bunch of fits in both the passing game and the running game, just playing extremely well, extremely tight coverage on these talented receivers for Salt Lake. And thus far, the Hornets have really not come up with a ton of big plays.
First down is going to be crucial. We haven't seen a whole lot of forward progress on first down, a lot of stretch runs. This one, however, Allure finds a hole, and just like that, how about that for a good first down play?
Yeah, and that was a good call right there. Like, you want to go just a simple off-tackle run, not a stretch play, not, wide out, so it gives the St. Louis defenders time to track you down. This was just good blocking up front. Allure just right off the hip of the tackle there. Great play and into St. Louis territory with that run.
Linebacker creeps down the line and is sent as Allure trying to go up the gut. Is going to find little movement up front. The linebackers finally plugging up that hole after the big play just a play ago.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to work this run game. Obviously, with a talented back like Allure back there, they're not going to want to abandon that portion of their offense.
Allure with a good move, cutting it back inside, picking up a few extra yards, and that'll make third down a little bit more manageable.
And that's why he's very talented. He can certainly be shifty in the backfield, wiggle his way out of trouble. Now a third and manageable here for Salt Lake. Can they take advantage?
Carter looking for a screen, gets it out there, but it's Redwell taken down near the line of scrimmage by Robert Brady Jr., and it's another 4th down upcoming for Salt Lake.
And that's tough. I mean, in no man's land, they're going to have to punt the football. Not great job with blocking out in front on the screen pass as Brady just snuck right through the pulling offensive lineman for that screen play, and they lose 2 yards as a result.
Give Salt Lake credit. They're trying to catch the Rivermen off guard. Maybe saw a few extra pressures and blitzes coming their way on a few third downs earlier, but this time it doesn't work out in their favor as the Hornets will down the punt at the 6-yard line. Good, high, spiraling punt, which bounces favorably this time, and now the Rivermen backed up even deeper in their own territory, right back where they ended their last drive.
And that's what you want for Salt Lake. If you can't take advantage of the good field position, make sure that Salt Lake has some pretty crappy field position of their own.
Looking underneath for the quick tight end. Out route is caught. And it's a first down as we end the first quarter. Low-scoring game here in the Gateway. 3-0, Rivermen. We welcome you back to UFL Coast to Coast here on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Eric Vincent. Glad to have your company here as we begin the second quarter. Another pass left side, another catch for Homer J, and that's up to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Trevante James once again with the tackle there. Good one-on-one stop. It gives him a first down for St. Louis, but either way, it was a good stop.
Misdirection, McCray with a blocker in front. McCray down the sideline, past the 30, one man to beat. He's gonna go 81 yards to the barn. Touchdown, St. Louis.
What a run from Demetrius McCray. I mean, he just turned on, or Junior McCray, I should say, just turned on the afterburners. I mean, just kept it in sixth gear the entire time. You said it, Tyler. One man to beat, didn't even stutter, just kept it going, cruised into the end zone for that touchdown play. His longest run, by the way, of the season.
And the second longest run in the UFL this season. Bullet Boletsky has the longest at 84, just 3 yards shy of capitalizing the mark, but he don't care. He just matters. It all just matters because now it's a 2-score lead for the boys in red, boys and girls in red, as they take a 10-0 lead over the Salt Lake Hornets. The Hornets now, their offense needs to find a rhythm. They are able to score points, especially early on this season, but it seems like they've maybe fallen off the wagon a little bit.
Absolutely, and especially when your defense comes out, they play a very tough first quarter of play, really holds a tough team like St. Louis to minimal points, and then they just had their first mistake of the game. Now it's time for the offense to come out here, pick their defense up, and get some points. Even if it's a field goal, make it a one-possession game here.
Still plenty of time in this game for the Hornets to make something happen. Hopkins with a kneel down in the end zone, and they will start on their own 25-yard line. The running game started to get going toward the end of that first quarter. We see Chris Allure's numbers there, especially that 11-yard or 12-yard run that really capped off them moving forward to begin the drive. Just couldn't find it afterwards. We'll see what happens here. He gets the call. Right side, looking for a block. And he is steepled to the ground after just a yard.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to cut it back inside because he saw the block from the left guard, Drew Finch, was trying to get inside of that. Just a little bit too much speed, only got the yard out of it.
Bunch formation off to the right of Jay Carter, who goes under center, looking for a trap play, but Allure runs right into Robert Brady, and it's third down.
Yeah, and it's another third and long situation. Haven't had a ton of success with throwing the ball with these one-on-one coverages that the Rivermen are throwing out. It looks like they might be coming out with something similar here.
Pumping once, looking right side, almost caught, but a crucial play on the receiver, knocks the ball free, and the Hornets will have to punt.
Yeah, and good recognition by Carter. The pump fake on the left-hand side goes back to the right for Mac Anthony, and Colin Douglas. I mean, that's why he's one of the best in the business right there, jarring the football loose with the hit, and a huge missed opportunity here for Salt Lake early on.
And he's doing phenomenal. That's already his second play on a third down to end a drive tonight. He has been a lockdown, shutdown corner tonight, as he has been this entire season, and he sets up his offense on their own side of the field with a chance to get something going here. Daniel Alvarez, just one target, but no catch, no touchdowns or anything to show for it. But it didn't really matter because it was Junior McCray with a long 81-yard rushing touchdown just a few handful plays ago. And McCray gets it going here to begin this drive, but maybe not a whole lot of yards this time around.
And we talked about how well Colin Douglas has played before we shift away from that. I mean, 18th in the UFL in pass deflections. Will Todd, the linebacker for St. Louis, actually has 16 when Colin has 11.
McCray almost had another wide hole, but it's closed rather quickly by Taylor and company. And third down, Salt Lake's defense has been all right tonight on third down. They need another stop here, though.
And to segue into this Salt Lake defense, Aaron Willis with 17 pass breakups, #1 in the league.
Looking near side, caught on the imaginary marker, trying to stay forward, and does for the first down for St. Louis. It's Daniel Alvarez. There's his first catch of the game.
You know, my dad always said close only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades, and we saw it right there with that Salt Lake defense. I mean, really had an opportunity to get St. Louis off the field. They were that close to getting Alvarez out before the line to gain, but a good move there from Mr. Alvarez gets St. Louis the first down and keeps the drive going.
3 wide here as Kaizumi goes under center, pumps once and hands off to McCray. Shifty footwork there up to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 6 yards.
And already over 100 rushing yards. Obviously, that helps quite a bit with that 81-yard rushing touchdown. So, I mean, collectively, that says that Salt Lake has done a good job with bottling up the run game for the most part.
Backs the backfield. Kaizumi looking for a screen, and McCray not able to get out there in time, so the ball just hits the ground. And it's another 3rd down opportunity for St. Louis.
And Koizumi now 4 of 10 here in the first half of play. A 3rd and 4, looks like they might want to throw for it here.
Back to the near side. 4-man rush. Kaizumi going to try and tuck it and do it herself, and she does. And she makes the man miss, and she's up to the 45-yard line. That is something you had been clamoring for early on, especially with the first 3rd down play we saw tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where she is a massive threat, is with her legs. 537 yards on the ground coming into tonight. 3 rushing touchdowns, the leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in the UFL.
Down, 30 base.
So a brand new set of downs here for St. Louis. Run with McCray, left side, dragged down by Taylor, minimal gain.
And we talked about Taylor as well. He's up to 4 tackles. Haven't seen him get into the backfield for that TFL just yet, but he's been all over the map here tonight.
A lot of the same formations just rekindled and recycled here on this drive. This time it's a run by Terry Wright. Just a couple yards, a longer 3rd down upcoming. And Salt Lake needing to get him off the field. The St. Louis Rivermen are just working down this field methodically. Play action, pass near side, and out of the reach of her tight end. And so the Hornets get off the field on defense.
And again, Koizumi just a little bit off with throwing the football tonight. I mean, just has not really hit the open targets the way that she or the St. Louis faithful have been hoping for. And, you know, Salt Lake, they get away with one there because it certainly looked like the receiver had a couple steps on the defender.
So the punt is on its way, angled to the far sideline. That's going to be out of bounds at the 18, so a decent punt on display there by Brandon Marsalin, as the Hornets will take over and need a shot, need something. They need to get moving here with an opportunity after forcing this dangerous Rivermen offense off the field. Play action, Carter, the southpaw looking near side, and a flying defender gets a hand to it. Incredible play.
Yeah, great job to deflect that football away because it was a good throw and had an open target along that near sideline there, forcing the incompletion with that swat.
Hornets looking for another pass here on 2nd down. 5-man rush, Carter, deep shot, deflected and nearly picked by 3 different Rivermen.
Yeah, it could have gone either way there, 100%. It could have easily deflected into the receiver's hands and been a big play for Salt Lake. Now a 3rd and long, though.
4-man rush, Carter. He's got time. He's going to air it out again. Deep shot, looking for the tight end. It's off his back. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Oh my. Sauce K is going to want that one back.
I mean, you have to feel the football on your head as you're running down the field. I mean, look at this. Just that's a circus act right there, and then almost comes up with it. coming from behind. Oh my gosh, that was a missed opportunity for sure for Salt Lake.
And so here comes Myers on to try and punt this one away. The Rivermen breathe a huge sigh of relief as Maldonado gets the return up to the 36-yard line, and they will now have a chance to get something going here on offense. It's been a defensive slugfest, all except for one Junior McCray run here tonight. These defenses playing extremely well.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, St. Louis with the slight edge, but you said it, Tyler, just one big play, really the difference.
Slant over the middle, and that's to the logo and more, up to the 45-yard line. St. Louis not content with hanging around. Alvarez with the catch.
Yeah, and that's a good play call right there to go ahead and get your quarterback comfortable with throwing the football. We've seen Karen Koizumi have her struggles tonight. It's just a good, simple play call, slant route, find the open target, pitch and catch, and they're off and running here in Salt Lake territory.
And so here comes St. Louis trying to figure out the Salt Lake defensive puzzle, able to do so in the last play. Blitz coming. Koizumi gets rid of it and shrugging off defender and looking for more. Homer J up to the 38 to gain a 7.
Yeah, and that was a great recovery on the back end by the defender, James, to go ahead and clean that one up after Jay stiff-armed initial contact, getting 7 yards.
I formation, the triangle RPO, and so it's just a straight pass. And both Hornet defenders buzzing down to the receiver quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, they were right there. Aaron Willis and Trevante James both were just sniffing that one out before it could get started. I mean, really no opportunity for Daniel Alvarez to throw a block there for Maldonado. And now it's going to be a 3rd and 4.
DB's right on the line here on this 3rd and 4. Koizumi with a 4-man rush. Underneath route caught. The quick stop to Alvarez, working to perfection, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, and that's a great play call once again here for St. Louis. Just a simple hitch route. That's all you need. 5-yard hitch. Boom, 1st down. And again, it's a nice, simple, easy pass for your quarterback who has been a little bit out of sorts tonight.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Now from the Salt Lake 32, they'll try and run here with McCray. Oh my goodness. Spear if there ever was one by Lou Marks.
Big Lou getting in there and making his mark. Oh my goodness, what a tackle.
Gun set, McCray. Glad to see him upright. He's been shaking off the stars as he gets the call again, and he's going to get hit again. This time not as rough, but he's going to get no gain, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Roosevelt Nixon was out there. I believe that was LaBrice Ruff that McCray was trying to avoid initially. But Nixon right there to clean it up. 3rd and long.
2-minute warning on the horizon. Koizumi to try and run away from the defenders, but they're right there. It's Lou Marks again. A loss of 2, and they're at the 34-yard line. This is iffy territory.
This man has got some speed. Comes from the defensive tackle spot and chases down Karen Koizumi as she's breaking the pocket. That is absolutely unreal. By the way, unclaimed defensive tackle Lou Marks. Go to YOUFL.football to claim him right now, folks.
Shameless plug as we hit the 2-minute warning here in St. Louis. As the Rivermen lead by 10, might they try a field goal to increase it to 13? This one will be from 51 yards out from the right hash. Made one from 47 earlier. Snap spot, the kick is on its way, and it sails through the uprights. Could have gone from 60 for Yuki.
And what a weapon it is to have a kicker like that. I mean, look at that, just straight down the middle. No muss, no fuss. could have easily been good from 60, like you said, Tyler. And look at that, folks. We got more bingo numbers up there for you. We woo 13 off the board now.
We woo indeed. Still no bingos tonight. Maybe with this low-scoring affair, our commissioner will bless us with some fancy numbers, some hidden numbers. That way we can try and get something to you guys like the Hornets are trying to get their offense some points. This team just needs points. Got to be able to try something else. They're going to try anything. They'll try and bring it out from their own end zone and stop the yard shy had. Hopkins taking a knee instead. So a 26-yard return. An opportunity now here for the Hornets. Maybe their 2-minute drill offense will be the spark that gets them going, because their regular offense has had a troubled time against this very, very good Riverman defense. Now here comes the pitch and catch underneath. That's going to net positive yards for Carter and company, a gain of 7.
Yeah, good start there to start the 2-minute offense. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Ryan with his 2nd catch tonight.
And only now up to 53 yards of total offense. Looking for more. Carter right side. And just not enough out of the far side. A little bit of miscommunication there between wide receiver and QB.
Yeah, a little too much sauce on that one. Looking Mac Anthony's direction. Stops the clock with just over 90 seconds to go. Manageable 3rd and 3 here for the Hornets.
Empty backfield besides the quarterback. Carter over the middle. Caught. Room to run. That is the most open I have seen Sauce K tonight. And she's able to haul it in this time and pick up the first down across midfield. Might that be the first time that the Hornets are across midfield in the game? 4-man rush. Carter looking to build on it. Looking near side. Caught. Little bit of room to run, but not much. But it's good from Lucas Ryan to gain 5.
Yeah, Ryan his 3rd catch, and Sauce K finally getting on the board there with his first catch of the game. Good little drive here for Salt Lake. Again, all 3 timeouts at their disposal.
Blitz coming, pass underneath, caught. It's Ryan again, up to the 24 and out of bounds.
And that's probably what Ryan should have done on the previous plays. Just go ahead and get out of bounds, save yourself some time, stop the clock. But he does so here with just north of 30 seconds to go. A little bit deeper into St. Louis territory, long field goal range now. But actually looks like they marked him
right
in
before the line. That is going to be good defense by St. Louis. And so under 30 seconds, still all 3 timeouts here for Salt Lake. 4-man rush, Carter underneath, Sauce K, he rolls forward for a first down, a gain of 11, and picks as the Hornets pick up a timeout and use it. And a chance here to get points on the board. They are well within the red zone now.
Yeah, into the red zone here. Good opportunity, especially with 2 timeouts. 19 seconds to work with. Got to get some points on the board here.
It's the most amount of yards for Salt Lake on a single drive than any other in the game. They've doubled their total offensive production. Carter pass incomplete. Looking for Mia Pangori.
And that's all right. You still got a couple more opportunities here. Go ahead and keep running routes to the end zone. See if you can break free against this tough St. Louis defense.
Carter, 12 seconds with time, looking underneath. That is dropped. More likely knocked out of the back of Chris Allure's hands. And with 10 seconds to go with 2 timeouts, Hornets still have an opportunity here.
Yeah, probably best that it ended up being incomplete. Now one last try for the end zone here. If they get tackled in bounds, they still have a timeout they can call.
Carter, out route caught, Sauce K, rush out of 1, and it turns upfield, touchdown, Sauce K, and the Hornets are on the board.
That is an effort touchdown right there, Tyler. I mean, Sauce K was dead to rights out here, had some space to operate with, vicious stiff arm on the DB, and still had McCray to deal with along with the linebacker, and he just avoids all of them. I mean, Robert Brady Jr. is there, Dynamite McCray is there, really had no chance of getting to the end zone, and he fought his way in there. for the first points for Salt Lake tonight.
Stumbled and kept his balance in time. And just like that, it's a one-score game, 13-7. Now our score here in Missouri as the Hornets finally get on the board. They march down the field with under 2 minutes to go, and they get it done. One of the more impressive drives we've seen tonight from Salt Lake. I mean, it is the best drive we've seen from Salt Lake tonight, but it is definitely a confidence booster that should help them in this second half.
And that's all you needed, Tyler. You just needed, sometimes you just need to see the ball go in the hoop, to, pardon another sports pun. But that's essentially what we saw there from Salt Lake, is they saw the ball go in the hoop. Okay, cool, it does work. Let's go out and do it again.
And here comes a return up the middle, and that'll just milk away the rest of the clock. And so we will go into halftime 13-7, and the Hornets will get the ball to start the second half. And because the second half, I got a bonus number, 24, because it's my favorite number. All right, Eric, these Hornets finally get some points on the board. The Rivermen maybe showing a little bit of chink in their armor. They definitely want this game because it means they take the top of the conference with a win.
Oh, absolutely. It really, Salt Lake has played exceptionally well on defense tonight, better than they probably have in weeks here in the UFL, and they're doing a great job tonight against one of the top teams in the East. Like you said, Tyler, St. Louis, with a win here, they will take possession of the top spot in the Great East Conference. They certainly want this game. Salt Lake really wants this game because at the end of the day, everybody's going to get into the playoffs to start things off, and nobody wants to play initially. They want that bye week. They want to, rest their guys up. They want to, find some favorable matchups. So Salt Lake really doing a nice job here tonight with playing a tough team and trying to see if they can improve their playoff positioning.
And here we go. We are back underway here to begin quarter number 3. Hopkins will take a knee in his own end zone, and so they start in their own 25-yard line. Now, without the pressure of time here, Eric, these Hornets now have to figure out what their regular tempo is on offense.
Well, and it's going to have to be similar play calls, right? Like we saw a lot of working the sidelines, a lot of out routes, a lot of drag routes going towards the sidelines. Something like this.
RPO to Mia Pangori is blown up quickly by Slim Diaz.
I mean, the only downside is that, you got to actually block the defenders. And Slim Diaz, just too many defenders out there and not enough blockers. And he was the odd man out, made a good short tackle on Pangori, didn't give her any sort of room whatsoever.
One of the two linebackers now showing Bliss the inside, backing off. Carter, slant pass caught. Mac Anthony up to the 31-yard line.
And it looks like Salt Lake has taken a page out of St. Louis's book, honestly. And they're going for some of these, shorter passes, quick hits, get Jay Carter comfortable, and get some yardage, some positive yardage. And that's really what's been, detrimental for Salt Lake's offense here tonight, is putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. Now 3rd and 4, the playbook is open.
Try and go for a screen, and this one's going to almost work. Oh my goodness, Chris Allure, one too many moves, and that allows Will Todd and company to get to him, a yard shy of the line to gain.
Well, we talked about these two gentlemen already, Will Todd and Colin Douglas. Colin Douglas just playing out of his mind tonight. I mean, gets sucked in there, has the presence of mind to turn tail and head back towards Allure, helps make the stop along with Todd, and really puts a damper on what looked like a productive drive for the Hornets to start things off.
4th and 1 as the Hornets will punt away the opening drive of the second half, and here comes the return. Good little move, looking to their side, and rolled up at the 23-yard line. Decent little return there for St. Louis's Angel Maldonado, as here comes the St. Louis offense once again, a chance now to respond on offense after 2 Salt Lake drives, one ending in a touchdown, and then they get the ball back after the punt here. Try a run with McCray, wide open hole, and plenty of green grass for him up to the 45.
Great blocking up front for the Rivermen. 21 yards on the initial carry of the second half for the St. Louis offense. And like you said, Tyler, it was just spread out so wide open for McCray to run through. Nice job with navigating traffic and making sure that he could get the most productive run possible. Good start for the Rivermen offense here in the second half.
St. Louis prides themselves on the run game. We said how crucial it would be for the O-line to win the battles, and they haven't won too many tonight, but that one's going to be crucial as the RPO is going to lose them a couple yards. Daniel Alvarez is going to lose 2, as there it is again. Taylor in the backfield, a common sight this season.
Well, and Taylor, Alvarez really set this up for Taylor because he was sucked in towards the middle of that line there. And then as soon as, Alvarez went backwards, it opened the door there for Taylor to get that TFL, his first for tonight.
18th this season. Top 3 in the UFL. Run, McCray, good hole. An 8-yard pickup up to midfield.
All right, so another third down here for Salt Lake on defense. Opportunity to get St. Louis off the field. I mean, look, their kicker's fantastic. Yuki can hit it from here, but I don't think they're going to trot her out.
Pass right side, and sure hands for Maldonado on the hitch.
And lucky for St. Louis, they don't have to worry about trotting out their fantastic kicker, because this was a great throw from Koizumi. Finds Maldonado. Again, a nice, simple hitch route. Putrico was really working his way down the field, respecting the speed of Maldonado. Great job by Angel to hold on through contact there and get the first down.
So what does Salt Lake do now to try and respond? They're now on their back heel, near field goal range. Here for Yuki, play action. Koizumi gonna try and dump it off over the middle and knocked out of the intended receiver's hands by Mariano.
Yeah, great job there. Just go ahead and swat that one out of the receiver's hands by Mariano.
I formation, 2nd and 10 now. Here for Koizumi and the Rivermen offense. They'll try and stretch it out near side. McCray now turning upfield, and he tried an extra move, maybe a half second too early. And it'll be 3rd and 5 at the 31.
Still a great play to get something out of nothing there, because he was dead to rights, probably was going to lose 2 yards on that play. Ended up making 5 yards out of the deal.
High formation, might they run it again? They will not. Play action, similar looking play. Koizumi to the right side. Koizumi past the 30. Koizumi inside the 20. Shifty move, and down she goes at the 14-yard line. No one was watching the quarterback because they had everybody else covered.
And she's only run the ball 3 times tonight, which I feel is a little low for her numbers. So Salt Lake may be doing a little bit too much with, eyeing the receivers and making sure that Koizumi can't get the completion through the air. Completely forgot about the threat with her wheels. And inside the red zone they go with a first set of downs.
Try a wide receiver run to the right side. That's going to go nowhere. Lou Marked again with another TFL.
Yeah, great surge up front from Marks. Able to make that stop on the wide receiver sweep. Really no opportunity to get any sort of yards there.
Good stand on first down, moves him back 2 yards. Hornets in the 4-3 look. Looking as McCray stumbles and runs right into Marks. No gain. Actually, they'll gain 2 back up to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 10 for the 14. Advantage Hornets in the situation with not a whole lot of field to play with.
Now a 3rd and long here. You definitely want to watch out for Koizumi here in these situations to take off and run with it.
Koizumi, middle, just too far. Incomplete, intended for Central House. And the Salt Lake defense gets the job done and will limit the Salt Lake team to just a field goal opportunity.
Yeah, and a great defensive possession for the Hornets to really keep themselves in this ball game. Obviously, the offense still having some work to do here in the second half, but rarely win games with field goals.
And this one from roughly 31 yards out from the right hash up and good. A perfect day from Yurina Yuki as we get 16 off the board for bingo numbers here tonight. Again, just need a horizontal. Still haven't heard that bingo coming out. Eric, hit him with it. Maybe they'll pay attention to the bingo numbers.
Wee woo, come on. We got numbers on the board, my lovely little D-Gens. Come on, give me those horizontal winners. I want to see them.
As do I. Let's see if we can't get something done. I'll re-chart out my bonus number for you, Portia. 24 is your bonus number. That's the only bonus number called so far.
You're nicer than me. I wouldn't never come.
As that return is going to go nowhere. And down for a touchback as the Salt Lake Hornet offense will now trot onto the field. Jay Carter got a bunch of his yards, about 80 of his yards on just the last drive of the first half. But not an easy day for him. Carter, middle. There's a good pass. There's a good catch. That makes 2nd and 3rd down a lot easier with a big gain on 1st down.
And that's what we've talked about, Tyler. That's what Salt Lake has really been struggling with tonight, and understandably so against the top defense in the league, but setting themselves up with short yardage situations to convert 1st downs.
Allure, left side, great blocking, and Allure nearly broke the tackle up to the 41-yard line. And rarely tonight has Allure been able to get that much space, but he makes a great play here to make the best out of the situation he's had tonight.
Yeah, best blocking that I've seen on that particular play type is, that long stretch off tackle run there for Allure. First time that he's had the blocking and converts the 1st down.
Play action. Pass, middle from Carter, open. Mia Pankari to the 37.
And we talked about Chris Allure on the previous play, doing a good job of picking up the 1st down. Great job pass blocking here, and picking up the corner blitz allows Carter time to find Pangori and get a big 1st down.
First catch downfield for Mia tonight. She's been trying to do a whole lot in the screen department here tonight, but finally gets a chance to get downfield and get some yardage, and does so. Now to the 37, trying to get back into a 1-score game. Both tailbacks set to block. Carter looking near side. Comeback route caught inside the 20-yard line. Go the Hornets via McAnthony catch.
And once again, St. Louis sending pressure. Great job in the backfield, picking up the blitzing safety on that play. Look at that nice little chop block there. Just initiates contact against that safety and allows Carter time to find Anthony. Douglas can only come in and make the play after the big threat downfield.
So back in the red zone since the final drive of the first half, excuse me. Now here comes Allure, right side, out of 1 tackle, diving forward for a pickup of 8. They'll give him officially 9 here on the carry.
Yeah, and again, probably the best drive that we've seen from Salt Lake, aside from that 2-minute offense towards the tail end of the first half.
11 to go. It's trying to run up the middle. Minimal gain for the backup tailback, Chase McLean. That's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, McLean checked in, gave Allure a little bit of a breath of air. Now a 3rd and 1 here. Allure checks back in, going to the gun.
Like to see another run here with the spread look on the D-line. Allure fighting, getting it. First down.
And a great patient run by Allure. It's not the sexiest run that you'll ever see in the history of mankind, but he does a nice job with just fighting, like you said, Tyler, to get that 1 yard needed, and really had the space up front. Should have been a bigger run, but hey, they move the sticks, they keep the drive alive. Goal to go situation for the Hornets.
Press cover to the outside, 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Sauce K, the man in motion to the right side, does have the team's lone touchdown to this point. Play action, K out in the pattern. Carter gonna go and cannot escape in time. Doug Howard is there, and it's a loss of 8 yards.
Yeah, and really nowhere for Carter to go. Great coverage on the back end there by the St. Louis secondary, and Howard just able to work his way off of his contact and get to Jay Carter for the big sack.
And so now it is 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line. Carter looking over the middle. That is caught. That'll gain a few yards back as Myron Lawrence comes up with the grab. His first. It is his 3rd and goal now from the 12 in the dying embers of the 3rd quarter.
Press coverage once again here, Tyler. We'll see if they go with a similar look as they did on that 1st and goal play.
4 wide receivers. Anthony, that was the man in motion. 5-man rush, pass left side. Anthony dropped it, hit, jarring the ball free. Darby Clements there on the coverage. And so with 6 seconds to go, the Hornets will try to get it back to a 1-score lead, but they'll have to do it via a field goal try.
Yeah, and that one wasn't going to get to the end zone anyway. I mean, really no opportunity for Anthony to get 6 on the board with that play. Once more, St. Louis' secondary, just a nice job covering the back end there and forcing the field goal try.
Logan Kirwan to attempt a 29-yarder. Snap, spot, kick is up. It is good. 6-point ball game headed into the 4th quarter. 29 now off the board for the bingo numbers. It is 16-10 here in St. Louis, Missouri. A very good game. This coast-to-coast night has been a phenomenal one. Tale of heavyweights in the undercard, and here tonight, the underdogs making a game of it.
Yeah, and this is, you hit the nail on the head, Tyler. I mean, this is just a fantastic contest between these two teams. Obviously, on paper, you expect St. Louis to come in here and just enforce their dominance, but Salt Lake, doing a great job on the road in a tough environment, putting up a tough test against the Rivermen, who are fighting to take the top spot in the Great East Conference.
So they will take an evac in their own end zone. Kaizumi quickly coming out in the field here to get the final play of the 3rd quarter off. Kaizumi, deep shot, wide open, near midfield. Wow, we haven't seen a play like that all tonight because the defenses have been lockstep with these receivers, but Angel Maldonado springs free to end the 3rd quarter with a bang. It is 16-10 as we head to quarter number 4. I'm Tyler Falk, he's Eric Vincent. This is UFL Coast to Coast on the Virtual Football Network. Happy you're with us as Kaizumi runs right into a sack. Oh, after that big play, we thought Salt Lake would be on their heels. Not so, says Joe Malone.
And Joe Malone, great job recognizing Koizumi trying to break the pocket. Just swims away from his blocker on the offensive line. It gets to Koizumi quickly. Salt Lake has really done a very nice job with bottling up Koizumi, minus a couple big runs that she's had tonight.
6-yard loss. They'll try and run, and the Hornet defense swarms to the A-gap. Only a gain of 1. It's 3rd and long. Might this be the longest 3rd down play coming up for St. Louis tonight?
I believe it is, actually, and a huge opportunity for Salt Lake to get St. Louis off the field.
4-man rush only. Kaizumi, middle, incomplete. When she's had to throw on these 3rd and longs, it's been either hit or miss, and that time, it's a miss. Salt Lake will take over after the upcoming punt.
and just a fraction off. I mean, had the receiver in between the two defenders in the levels of the zone and had the right idea, just could not complete the pass.
And the punt is on its way. Fair catch called for, but that ball is just going to hit the end zone. And so, Salt Lake, after driving down the field, picking up 3, with all the time left in the game, they can do that again and get within 3, then maybe get another stop and do it again. But it has to start here. Eric, pick a bonus number.
Bonus number, let's go with 40. Bonus number 40.
Just an even 40? All right, we'll take it. Maybe somebody needs it. Sauce K, hello, to the right side. 27 yards and a big first down for the Hornets. The first play of the drive, and 40's already off the board. You got to do it again there, Eric.
All right, let's go with the deuce, number 2.
2 now off the board. How about this corner route? We've not really seen a whole lot of separation between receivers and defenders tonight, but here comes Salt Lake in the nick of time. 4-man rush. Carter with time. Deep ball. Middle. Double coverage, and it's dropped. Oh, my goodness. Mia Pancori just couldn't hang on.
I thought she came down with that one, Tyler. We've seen a couple of those plays tonight, and really, St. Louis's defense, great job on the back end, forcing incompletions on those all night long.
We got a Hugo. Robert Brady, card number 9 and 10 with that last goal. As McAnthony middle caught first down to the 38.
Here comes Salt Lake. Watch out, Tyler. They're hitting a groove here with this drive, and really they've done a great job with the pass protection here in the second half. I mean, the backs are coming in. They are picking up the pressure that St. Louis is sending defensively. That gives Carter time to work the ball downfield, and confirms we got a couple bingos.
Just what we needed. Maybe it's just the spark that Salt Lake needed. That end of second quarter drive, propelling the Hornets to go forward. Pass is caught! As he's going to ground, Myron Lawrence, what a catch.
Oh, Myron Lawrence, nasty little catch there, my friend. Again, not a flashy route, but I mean, defender all over him and just goes to the ground, shoestring catch. Look at that.
It's so low the camera can't even pick it up. Wow. From the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4-man rush. Carter looking for Lawrence again. Can't find him.
Yeah, they wanted to go back to a similar look there. That one looked like it was just a simple slant route working back towards the middle of the field, but Joey Duncan the second with a nice job with the pass breakup.
3 down linemen here for St. Louis. They only send those 3. Plenty of time for Carter. Finds a window. First down, Lawrence. First and goal at the 4.
Oh, Myron, you are just showing up and showing out on this drive. Look at this. Works the middle of the field, takes the hit, holds on to the football, setting up a goal-to-go situation here for Salt Lake.
A chance now for the Hornets. They're in prime scoring opportunity. They were here earlier and took a massive sack, which derailed the drive and only ended them netting a field goal. And they're going to try and run with a lure. Can he find a way forward? He keeps fighting and stays up all the way to the 1. They'll say he reached further, and it's second and goal.
Oh, man, and another tough run from Chris Allure. By the way, going back to Myron Lawrence, he only had 1 catch coming into this game. He's got 3 tonight.
Shotgun, man in motion. It's a fake pitch, and Allure gets eaten alive a yard shy of the scrimmage, and it's third and goal from the 2.
Nathan Brady, the 4th, good surge there. Good eye discipline, recognizing where the football is going and making the tackle on Allure for the loss. Third and goal, huge play for both these teams here.
Gun again, third and goal from the 2. They just need points. whether it's through the air, ground, or anywhere, and the backup tailback, McLean, can't get it done. A loss of 1. They'll say McCray came up with the final stop, and just like that, it's decision time for Salt Lake.
Terrible timing for Allure to have to pop out and catch some wind, but they're going for it here, Tyler.
Under 7 to go. Carter, middle, just cannons it.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Too much gunpowder, turnover on downs.
Too much adrenaline, I'd have to imagine, for Jay Carter. I mean, he had Sauce K in the back. I mean, just missed him. Little too much sauce intended for Sauce, ironically.
And so the Rivermen, another sigh of relief. How many of those have they had tonight? Where just it's been some wacky near catches, some wacky plays, but they find themselves in the lead. They try and run. McCray, just from the 3-yard line, trying to break that one free. He gets 6.
Yeah, that certainly had the makings of another big run to go ahead and create a house call on that one. 6-yard gain, good recovery there for Salt Lake. Keep them backed up, force St. Louis to punt the football.
And the run from McCray, nothing doing. And it's 3rd down.
And again, great job there. Surging ahead, making the stop in the backfield. Heavy formation here. You know they're running the ball. You got to stop it, Salt Lake.
Trying to run, McCray gets it done. Lower the shoulder enough to pick up the 1st down.
And it's not the end of the world if you're the Hornets, right? I mean, obviously you would have preferred to get them off the field at that particular juncture. But right now, you've got them still backed up. You know they're going to want to continue to chew some clock. You have to focus in on McCray, force him to take losses. And if they don't force a punt here on this next possession, they might not get the football back.
60 outlaw. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Gun look. Pass. Trying to make something happen, losing a few yards. Just what the doctor ordered for Salt Lake.
Yeah, that was a gift. Just not a great ball from Koizumi. Maldonado had to go back to get it, and really not an opportunity to work forward. Not great blocking on that play either. James able to surge ahead and get the TFL.
Here we go. Here we go. 10,
Now in a bit more heavy set. Here on offense for the Rivermen. Quick drop, quick pass, that's caught. Falling forward is Alvarez. He's 2 yards shy, and Salt Lake again need a 3rd down stop. The Rivermen in prime position to run it here.
On the split back look, we'll see if they hand it off to McCray.
We've seen passes and runs out of the situation. They try and go McCray. He gets taken down from behind. Roosevelt Nixon, his 3rd tackle is a big one. 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, and Nixon's just been making plays all over the field tonight. Look at this, just great job coming from the backside to take down McCray as he's getting bottled up at the line. Salt Lake still has a shot to win this thing. Absolutely unreal game tonight, Tyler.
My goodness, and we were talking earlier in this game just how good Salt Lake's defense has played. They've kept them in this game. And if you're a St. Louis fan, another couple of moves here by Hopkins looking for more yards up to the 24. This becomes a question now, here and now, Eric, whether or not this is the game that Salt Lake, again, just can't get it done, or is it the game that St. Louis looks at and says, we did not do enough to put them away. Pass near side, looking for a running back wheel route to Allure. He gains 1.
Yeah, just couldn't get that play to develop like the Hornets offense wanted to. But Salt Lake, I mean, they're on a 5-game losing streak here, Tyler. They're essentially playing with house money trying to get this done.
Deep shot, right side, one-on-one coverage. It is too far. Mac Anthony, just not enough speed and just a bit too far for even Cadeas Parker to make a play on it, 3rd down.
And that's why it wasn't a bad throw from Carter. Good ball placement there. Just throw it where only your receiver can make a play on it. Just a little bit too much there.
Carter has time. Underneath, caught. Pangori to the 33. That won't be enough. It'll be 4th and inches, and Salt Lake is going to have to go for it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're going to have to go for it here, but 4th and inches, man, just a little bit short on that spot. Pangori calling for it, wants the ball. Big hit by Clements to go ahead and knock her backward just a little bit and stop that forward momentum. Huge 4th down here for Salt Lake. This is pretty much the ball game.
They are in a punting formation with 2:23 to go, and it's not a fake. We're down by 6 points. It's going to be a punt, and they're going to be down to the 13-yard line. They're thinking if our defense made one stop, they can make one more.
And that's fair. You know, if you trust your defense, and I certainly would, having played St. Louis as close as you have tonight, really minus one huge play, it's been all field goals for the Rivermen tonight on offense. So let's see if the gamble pays off here for the Hornets.
And so from the gun comes Koizumi. Eric caught, I lost speed.
Oh, man. Screen pass, not working out. Gonna be a timeout called by Salt Lake. 2:10 to go. Really gives them one more opportunity to stop the clock. Another opportunity, I should say, with the 2-minute warning. If they could get a stop here and get to 3rd down, still got 2 timeouts to work with.
Deep drop, quick drop, pressure coming down, goes Koizumi! Back to the 7-yard line. And that is why they punted.
Look at this deep. I mean, you have to imagine there was a pep talk on the sideline, Tyler. The head ball coach just bringing in the defense saying, hey, look, I'm trusting you guys. Don't make me a liar. Get out there and play your butts off. And they certainly have for a couple plays so far.
Koizumi stands at her own 2-yard line. Back to the end zone she goes, pressure coming, floater, nearly picked, oh my goodness. And Salt Lake still have 1 timeout.
Oh, man, if you're not having fun, I don't know what tickles your fancy, man. This is a ball. I mean, Butrico certainly had an opportunity there. Koizumi, maybe shouldn't have thrown that one. Her decision-making's been a bit off in the passing attack. Her throws have been a little bit off tonight. And, man, Butrico actually had a legitimate shot at making a huge turnover deep in their own territory.
The fact that she is not taking off running is kudos to the Salt Lake City defense containing her. And now the Rivermen punt it away. It's a shorter punt. And so Hopkins up to his own 45-yard line with under 2 to go. It's Hornets and Rivermen. Hornets trying to pull out the unthinkable. On the backs of 5 straight losses, Carter has got 46 yards to try and lead him down the field. Underneath passes caught by Ilori's cross midfield up to the 48-yard line. They will get back here to the line of scrimmage quickly. 10 seconds will run off here in the UFL. There are no spikes. They have to keep going.
Press coverage towards the top, Tyler. Watch that.
Coverage backs off, Carter middle, caught, Sasuke inside the 30-yard line, down to the 27-minute 25 and ticking.
Again, 1 timeout in the back pocket for Salt Lake to work with. Certainly beneficial for them as they work the ball down the field, but this passing attack looking very, very good through 2 plays.
Shotgun, minute 12. Carter with time, near side, caught! Mia Pangori to the 6-yard line, and out of bounds!
They have bottled her up all night long, and when the lights shine the brightest, Mia Pangori comes up with the clutchest catch of the evening for her. Out of bounds, near the 5-yard line, goal-to-go situation. Look at that sexy shot from the pylon cam. We love to see it, Tyler.
Absolutely. But what Salt Lake would love even more is a touchdown to potentially take the lead with an extra point. Pumping once, Carter with time, it's running out, good chop block, but it doesn't result in anything. Finally, Collins, Seastrunk gets there for St. Louis's third sack of the game. Now for the 15, right side, open, cut, touchdown, Salt Lake! Douglas got burned by McAnthony!
That was absolute filth. Absolute filth. What a throw. What a grab by McAnthony. That is toe drag swag to the nth degree. Oh my God. Look at that. That is just beautiful right there from our pylon cam, and an extra point takes the lead.
Logan Kirwan, the game is on his foot. It's up, it is good. Salt Lake down 16-0. Coming into the last 2 minutes of the first half, have now scored 17 unanswered to take their first lead and a chance to break this 5-game losing streak.
And what a first touchdown of the season to get for McAnthony, by the way. Just joined the team last week, had 3 catches, 38 yards, and there's his first touchdown in the UFL in the biggest of moments to give his team the lead. Now St. Louis, 42 seconds, all 3 timeouts. The Salt Lake defense is going to have to come out and bow up.
Rivermen have all 3 timeouts. We know that Urena Yuki has a cannon for a leg. Roughly the 38-yard line is where the Rivermen are going to need to get to attempt a field goal. They have all 3 timeouts. Blitz coming. Pass underneath near side, caught with room to run here from McCray. McCray taken down to the 42 and shoved out of bounds. That's a free timeout.
And that's a great start for St. Louis to go ahead and get themselves a huge gain, 10+ yards, and out of bounds. Like you said, Tyler, saving them a timeout. Not a whole lot of time to work with, but not a whole lot of distance to really go. I mean, we talked about the big leg for St. Louis's kicker, and Urena Yuki, she can hit it from 60. They need to get it to the Salt Lake 43-yard line, and they are pretty darn close as it stands right now.
15 yards away. Koizumi looking for it all. Left side, taken down short of the line to gain. Catch made by Howes. 30 seconds to go.
And again, Salt Lake, their defense is going to have to keep playing the same stout defense that they have played all evening long.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy.
8 yards away. From the center of the range, pass left side, caught, and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Yuki, oh, they're saying she could probably make it from the 47, so this is really nitty-gritty territory now here for the Hornets.
Need to make some sort of stop. A loss, a turnover would be huge if you're Salt Lake, but man, oh man, got to get them off the field and get them to lose some yardage.
From the 44, Koizumi tries to run, runs into a sack. Lou Marks. Second timeout by St. Louis. What a massive sack by Lou Marks.
Big Lou does it again. Absolute animal tonight. I cannot believe how well he has played tonight. He has had 2 sacks. That's number 9 on the season there for Big Lou Marks, and a 6-yard loss, most importantly.
21 seconds. 1 timeout remaining. Koizumi, deep shot, has a man, that's caught! Riverman! Touchdown! 51 yards! Angel Maldonado kills the comeback!
Oh, man, and this, you can't even hear yourself think in this building right now, Tyler. The St. Louis Stadium has erupted in celebration. What a play from Maldonado to beat the defender off the line right when it mattered most. Butrico had an opportunity to get a huge interception deeper in their own territory, and right there he just gets absolutely smoked off the line by Angel Maldonado. St. Louis going to go for 2 just to be on the safe side.
To try making a 7-point game, McCray, middle, nothing. They lead by 5, 14 seconds to go here in the ball game. And the Hornets need a miracle.
I mean, it does leave the door ajar. Not by much, but it does leave it ajar slightly, Tyler, for Salt Lake to make some sort of miracle happen. We've seen a kick return out of them before this season. The only one we've seen in the league. That would certainly qualify.
Just last week, in fact, is when Hopkins did it. They don't need a touchdown out of him, Eric. They just need a good return, or if he's not going to attempt to return, he's got to take a knee back in the end zone. So if I'm the Rivermen, I'm kicking this short so that they have to burn some clock. We'll see what they do here. Kick is on its way. It is going to be a shorter kick. Means Hopkins has to try and make a return, and he can't get out of the tackle. Down to the 22-yard line, 11 seconds. Jake Carter, he's got to go. This Hornets team has got to get it done. They only have 1 timeout. Jake Carter, with time, uncorks it. Deep downfield, and it's dropped with 2 seconds. They have to try again.
Well, now your hope is either an absolute miracle of a catch or a penalty.
Or both.
Or both.
Hail Mary again. Carter throws it. It is dropped by Pangori. Oh my goodness. And that is how we end a phenomenal coast-to-coast block here in the UFL. Salt Lake almost had it. Almost had it until the Rivermen with one final gasp get it done. Rivermen 22, Salt Lake 17.
And St. Louis takes sole possession of the lead in the Great East Conference with that win. And Tyler, we talked about it tonight, that really a couple big plays here and there were the difference in this one. And we saw it there, the big run there for McCray early on. And then obviously the Maldonado score at the very tail end of that ball game. I mean, really true. And Anthony Strangio really asked that question perfectly. How did we win that? That's got to be how Salt Lake is feeling right now. How on earth did they beat us tonight?
No takeaways, though we've had a couple of close calls. Lots of great defense all throughout the game. Made this a game. I tip my cap to both squads, Salt Lake and St. Louis, for giving us a phenomenal game. The Hornets, you're right there. You are right there. Keep your heads up. You played phenomenally tonight. But for St. Louis, you did enough. You got it done. You did not give it up at the end. Eric, your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, congrats to St. Louis. A huge win for them, putting them in the driver's seat of the Great East Conference. And for Salt Lake, I mean, shades of possibly Rochester in the making here, where, you know, Rochester not looking so good there early on in the season. And now they're sitting at a comfortable 5-8, really putting themselves in position come playoff time. Not a whole lot of time left here in the regular season for Salt Lake. 6 losses in a row, that hurts, but you still got an opportunity to right the ship. And as you said, Tyler, they are right there. They are right on the cusp. They have an opportunity to turn the corner. That's what makes the UFL great.
And so that is how we end tonight's call. St. Louis with the win, 22-17. I've been Tyler Falk. He's Eric Vinson. We'll catch you tomorrow for prime time. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.